you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Hey, this is Troop with Heirloom Jewelers. I've been advertising at Blue Water for going on 3 years now. Since starting advertising at Blue Water, we have seen our business grow exponentially. And if you would like to see your business grow, I suggest advertising at Blue Water Broadcasting.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
When your tax refund comes, put it on the floor and walk on it. Revitalize the look and feel of your home with new floors from Prattville Carpet. With faster and better service than the big box stores and luxury vinyl planks starting as low as $4.99 per square foot. You'll enjoy that tax refund turned flooring every single day.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
Dial 285-8117 or visit PrattvilleCarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Hey, mister, I don't mean to be telling tales out of school, but there's a fella in there who'll pay you $10 if you sing into his can.
I'm not here to make a record, you dumb cracker. It broadcast me out on the radio.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Troy Carrica already in the studio with me. How you doing today, sir?
I'm outstanding, and I hope you are the same.
I am outstanding. Yeah, let's just begin by saying thank God for another day, for another show.
Amen, brother.
And another Friday at that. Whether you're feeling good, whether you're feeling sad, whether you're over the top or you're suffering and going through something, give all glory to God. Now, I think God just got a new warrior. Now, we never know, but I like to believe. It is sad news, but we saw the reports yesterday. Chuck Norris had an emergency, had to be taken to the hospital. Now, Chuck Norris, it was announced earlier this morning, pronounced dead at 86. Also, headlines coming out of that, the Grim Reaper immediately gets his ass kicked. And then after entering the Pearly Gates, apparently Chuck Norris enlisted immediately in St. Michael, the Archangel's army, to fight the devil and all his demons. So you ever need a little assistance when you feel the elevator trying to bring you down, just know Chuck Norris is up there with the heavenly host, helping to kick some demon ass.
Saint Chuck.
But in all seriousness, his family put out the statement I want to read.
Okay.
But it is fun. He was a father, a grandfather, a brother, many to his family. But to us, he's the judge in dodgeball that gives the thumbs up that the average Joes can play that way. He's in so many action movies, so many, Texas Walker
Texas Ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, like just so many classic, action movies. Then, of course, he was also a very accomplished fighter, right?
He was a very much accomplished fighter. But he speaks of when he had to do a scene with Bruce Lee. He said, "I was just in awe of Bruce Lee," and he was very humble. I think he was a very humble individual on top of all that. But yeah, very much a top taekwondo and karate.
So it's a mixture of sadness and, of course, for his family. And this is what his family put out, saying, "It is with heavy hearts that our family shares the sudden passing of our beloved Chuck Norris yesterday morning. While we would like to keep the circumstances private, please know that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace." And one thing not everybody gets in this world is a peaceful death, and that is a true blessing. To the world, he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. He lived his life with faith, purpose, and an unwavering commitment to the people he loved. Through his work, discipline, and kindness, he inspired millions around the world and left a lasting impact on so many lives. While our hearts are broken, we are deeply grateful for the life he lived and for the unforgettable moments we were blessed to share with him. The love and support he received from fans around the world meant so much to him, and our family is truly thankful for it. To him, you were not just fans, you were his friends. We know many of you had heard about his recent hospitalization, and we are truly grateful for the prayers and support you sent his way. As we grieve this loss, we kindly ask for privacy for our family during this time. Thank you for loving him with us. With love, the Norris family.
So, for the record, he's a member of the Baptist Church of Prestwood in Texas, and don't forget, he was an Air Force veteran.
Hear, hear.
Great American.
And when you say martial artist, he was truly accomplished in many of the martial arts.
Yes.
Karate, but I also believe jiu-jitsu.
He's jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, some Krav Maga, and then karate. Yeah.
And was a legit fighter.
Oh, yeah,
it would be amazing to see if, like, a young Chuck Norris had been able to go into the UFC, you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows?
Some growth hormone, he'd be fine.
Yeah. Well, they allow that? They allow that?
Come on, look at him.
Yeah, and then, of course, didn't he do, like, he sold this fitness equipment thing?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he had that whole
stuff.
series, like some X90 stuff.
Right, but it's like a thing that you slide on it, and
like
you can do
X90.
different inclines on it. Yeah, the X90.
That's right, X90. Yep.
I don't know. He's in a world that is, for better or for worse, dedicated to memes online. He is he's
everywhere,
dominant in the meme game, and so well, let's lift up again that family in prayer and know that God got another great warrior on his side today.
I definitely feel I have God in my corner. I was very fortunate that I was born into a spiritual family, and religion has never left me. Even during the times in Hollywood, I could be nowhere without God in my corner, he said.
Well, and if you have like a favorite movie, I have to admit I know the meme of Chuck Norris. I think I'm just too young, deep into a lot of the Chuck Norris lore. But if you do have a favorite memory of the guy as a public figure, as a fighter, as an actor, give us a call. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228, especially for you Verizon customers. If you haven't put the 334 in front of it, you're playing with fire. Now, a quick rundown of the headlines. Trump says NATO's a paper tiger. Trump also calls NATO members cowards over their recent refusal to help open the Strait of Hormuz. And by the way, that is where this war is now. It is the battle over the Strait of Hormuz. Mm-hmm. And also questions, and General Kane answering them, saying, this is why we're not slowing down being more aggressive, because I believe the Iranians hit like a Saudi facility. They're still able to hit energy facilities over the Middle East, and this is a desperate tactic, a desperate asymmetrical thing they're doing, because they have been diminished in a lot of ways. Like I was sharing the worry yesterday, if you start getting a lot of energy infrastructure blown up all over the Middle East, and you're also not securing, certain areas, and they're still able to do even limited attacks on this sort of infrastructure and cause problems, this ain't over quickly. And that's the big worry. I was talking to somebody last night who said he was in defense. I think he just met him. I don't know him very well. But he was saying, I worry this goes in, 12 months. This could be a long-term thing. No. I wonder how quickly this will be handled. Trump continues to say well, we're just going to finish the job. We're going to finish the job.
We're at the end of the 3-week period that I said, and right now they have degraded them to a point where they've moved several Marine Expeditionary Units, the 82nd Airborne's been. They will probably take Kark Island, thereby cutting off Iran of any resources at that point, and then they will capitulate. They will have no choice.
At the same time, and we've got plenty of clips from Mike Lee and Senator Britt and many other, John Kennedy, many other senators, Trump keeps pushing the Save America Act.
I know.
They're not giving up on this, and we also have a clip of, especially have to wait till Eddie gets here, because he had spent some time in Alaska, Lisa Murkowski on the floor
my goodness.
against the SAVE Act. It just, they need a new senator there in Alaska. James Comey was subpoenaed in a grand conspiracy case against Trump. That should be fascinating to see where that goes. Starlink is continuing, though it's died down in the headlines, Starlink continues to shape the war in Ukraine and is now more and more shaping the war with Iran. But Zelensky apparently is making huge gains now that Russia is blocked from service.
Huge gains. I've been tracking them. They have pushed back. They've taken all of Pokrovsk back. They have actually gained 10% of the Donbass and Luhansk region that was taken, and there's no sign of them stopping. In fact, this month and last month was the first month that their casualties exceeded their intake of recruits. So
we also got a Florida man who goes viral for his crazy likeness, doppelganger of Jeffrey Epstein. He goes, "I'm not Epstein, I'm Palm Beach Pete."
I saw him.
You got all sorts of infestation. Apparently, creepy parachuting spiders continue to spread in the United States with sightings in at least a dozen states. We got a Dear Abby about a postpartum wife cheating on some fella. I assume it's a fella. You never know in this day and age.
We don't know.
Maybe it's an unfaithful lesbian. I have no clue. We'll get into the details of reading that. But, you talk about and we have talked at length about the technological changes and what's happening with war. And I mean, this is what, you correct me if I'm wrong, this is a very old story of war. For the longest time, the wall was like the dominant means of war. Like, you got good walls, you're good. And now you have these long sieges and stuff until what? I think it was the Turks with their cannons.
That and then, but a trebuchet. I love saying that word. Trebuchet. I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
But it goes back and forth between offense, defense, in
it always
ways.
There's paradigms, and I think we've talked about this before. World War I was the advent of the tank. Well, let's start with the War of Northern Aggression. First Industrial War, where massive amounts of ordnance and things could be manufactured quickly. Then you go to the armor, breaching of trenches, and then the machine gun came into vogue there. And then in World War II, it became air power. And now we're at a new battle space, and it's on asymmetric autonomous warfare.
But with all the new technological changes, it's kind of remarkable. What are you doing? Okay. Please don't mess with the new setup. I'm sorry. I'm cagey about it. Got here early to mess with it. But with all the technological changes, it's interesting how certain machines are still being used in theater. Here is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Kane, actually saying the words. You might know what we're talking about.
Its borders. The A-10 Warthog is now in the fight across the southern flank and is hunting and killing fast attack watercraft in the Straits of Hormuz. In addition, AH-64 Apaches have joined the fight on the southern flank, and they continue to work on the southern side. And that includes some of our allies who are using Apaches to handle one-way attack.
So, okay, when you hear, Troy, the A-10 Warthog brought up by the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, what are you thinking of?
2001, I'm on the ground at Operation Anaconda at Tora Bora. We have Osama bin Laden kind of holed up in there. We hit the plateau at dawn with the 101st Rakkasans, 1st and 187th, hit the ground, and they have the Sheikah machine guns, and they've got mortars pre-planted. They're just lighting us up down in this LZ, and we're taking heavy fire. Our combat air controller gets on the air, calls in a request out of Bagram. 2 A-10s come over the valley, and they've already got target acquisition on where the ridgeline was at. And that's how it sounds like. And it comes through, and it comes back through again. We didn't have much fire after that. We get up about 2 hours later to where that ridgeline was at. We climb, and I saw men impaled by shale rock and granite against walls of stone. It became flechette rounds. When that depleted uranium hit, it was the most brutal thing I've ever seen in combat.
Yeah, and even my grandfather has stories of he didn't fly one himself, but he's there as they're trying to train people to operate these things. And it's apparently not that easy. On the first run, they missed completely. But that is notorious. The sound in particular is notorious, especially for folks on the ground.
It does, and what's funny is there's only 3 moving parts. They joke on that aircraft. They got the gun, and then they got the airlines, and then they got the landing gear. But it's not true. But it's built around a titanium tub that the pilot sets in. So if it takes ground fire, and listen, I have seen personally, in person, examples of A-10s shot up shot up. And it just, they land them back safely.
Right, something like 75% of the airframe can be
titanium.
It can be depleted and it still flies.
Yeah, it's got turbofans. It can go forever.
So crazy to see that that's still in commission. What the Air Force has been officially trying to get
rid of it.
They've been trying to get
rid of it forever.
Well, they're still using it, though.
Of course, because there's nothing better than that.
Anyway, I want this thing to end. Y'all heard my concerns yesterday. And seriously, the president coming out and going, hey, Israel, stop blowing stuff up, especially energy infrastructure.
Are you suggesting that the Israelis are taking advantage of this time of conflict?
I think that's just obvious at this point.
What could possibly go wrong?
As I also said yesterday, there are too many people blaming Israel for too many things. Yeah. But if we could focus in particular, how they seem to be the tail wagging the dog sometimes, especially in operations. Yeah. Think back to how this started, where Rubio came out, and it wasn't just Rubio. It was the speaker. It was the head of the chairman of the Intelligence Committee in the Senate, Tom Cotton. They all came out with the same story. Well, this was imminent because the Israelis were going to do a unilateral attack, and that meant our troops would come under fire in the region, so we decided to just go ahead and strike. To me, sounds like, and now they all spun it and walked it back and stuff, because when you hear that, you go, wait, so essentially the Israelis forced our hand?
Lindsey Graham goes, I was behind all that. I told the president attack.
Well, and Trump's response was what? Well, maybe I forced their hand.
Maybe I did.
Maybe you didn't.
Maybe you did. Let me throw out this theory that's going along with pretty high-ranking people that I talk to. A concept that, and I'd like to get Austin Baranko, if he's on today. Austin, if you're listening, I hope we talk to you about the nature of the oil becoming regionalized and chalked. We don't need anything, guys, out of that. Yeah. We don't need a darn thing.
Open up Alaska.
Well, and it's coming. But my point is this. So perhaps Trump, he does play chess at many different levels, and I think he has a plan on the economic piece of this, which is going to be. So just, I'm going to say this, though. For all these people that hate Trump so bad and hate America so bad that they would even begin to take any degree of sympathy for that administration that was the theocracy, who murders people, just murders people like that wrestler, you need to really go check yourself and go to church, because you're really, really almost evil at that point.
Yeah, and it's my point would be on this is just on the political side, leaving aside the actual tactical realities. This gets worse and worse, especially for Vance, Rubio, and Trump. If the measure I came up with, I don't know if you heard me earlier this week, Troy.
I heard a little bit of it.
Is if we're talking about this on July the 4th,
oh yeah,
we got big problems.
That's different. But
real,
we're not there.
Real big problems, and I suggest maybe that isn't just big political problems. If we're still talking about it on the 4th, it means you've got actual war problems, like just realities on the ground aren't shaping up.
No, I concur. I would agree with your statement if we are there in your assessment, but I don't think we're going to be anywhere near there. So we'll see.
But my hope is on the July the 4th, we're celebrating the 250th birthday of this great nation of ours. And when did the cherry blossoms bloom, though? That's more like here soon.
Right now in D.C., the Cherry Blossom Festival is going on, yeah.
Right.
Beautiful.
Well, did you see that the Prime Minister of Japan gifted buku of cherry blossoms to celebrate America's birthday?
Yes, he did.
And it's truly, if you're adding even more, I've never seen it in person. I want to.
It's incredible. It's incredible. You would love it.
It's like angels falling on your head. It's just absolutely
smells so good.
Stunning. But the Prime Minister of Japan was here in town. Apparently there's a clip making the rounds, no audio to it, of they're walking down the Hall of Presidents, how Trump updated the history of presidents and stuff.
Yeah.
And she gets to the autopin Biden, and she literally points and,
That's funny.
Very much enjoying it. Well,
I like her.
At the joint press conference, you had this moment between Donald Trump and the Japanese Prime Minister. Now, of course, you're going to hear the voice of a male translator, but listen into what she says.
I would like to start off by extending my sincere congratulations on 2 important anniversaries.
一つ目は、明日に控えるドナルドのご子息のバロンさんのお誕生日です。立派でイケメンに成長されていると伺っております。
The first one is a birthday celebration. Donald, tomorrow is the birthday of your son, Mr. Barron Trump. And I know he has grown up so much into a very tall, good-looking gentleman.
間違いなくご両親に似たんだと思います。
As I see you, Donald, it is very clear where he got it. Of course, from his parents. There's no doubt about it.
And it's just one of these
domain expansion. I expect her to say, dude. I love it.
They're such they get along.
They are. They really are.
And Trump really does get along with Japan. And then there's this one moment. This is a short clip, but instead of having to listen to a narrator, you get to hear the Prime Minister, her in her own voice, just saying a simple slogan. Japan is back. Japan is
Nippon
back.
Japan is back.
Yeah. Domain expansion.
And you see Trump smiling like a proud dad there.
They are so critical in the overall arch of the Indo-Pac region that, and they are arming up quickly and they're ready to roll. So,
well, let's go to Clint, who's been patient. Hey, Clint, how are you doing, man?
Hey, good day, guys. A nice Friday. It's a beautiful day.
Yes, it is.
Walker, Texas Ranger. I saw him early. I think he played in the movie Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee.
That's right. Yep.
And it was said that he defeated Bruce Lee in tournament play. In competition. That's what we were told. I mean, I was 18 years old at the time. So, and I'm 71 now. So, a long time ago.
Yeah, I wonder if Bruce Lee would admit to it.
I do not know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know that he had the utmost respect for Bruce Lee. I watched an interview where he said that he was in awe of his natural ability. But yeah, there's no telling that whether he did or not. But I'm sure he could have.
Well, that's what we were told back then, and we were also Bruce Lee could not pull a punch. He threw a punch, it was gone. He was so fast, he could not stop it. So, I don't know if that'd be true or not. That's what we were teenagers,
Yep.
But that's what we heard. So,
no,
and good for our president, what he said in conference. Why don't you tell me about World War II?
Yeah. Why did you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Yeah.
Yeah, about Pearl Harbor. I thought that was a good president for the Japan Prime Minister.
And she even cracked up.
Oh, yeah, she laughed at it.
I
think the reporter's like, shoot, shame.
But she wasn't even born then.
They're good.
She didn't have nothing to do with that. So,
of course.
All right, gentlemen, have a great day and have a good weekend. Be safe.
See you, Clint.
God bless Clint. And speaking of that moment, like the Prime Minister of Japan laughed. Like you saw, like a lot of the room laugh. It was very clear, also the point he was making with the joke. It's like you tell the enemy what you're going to do before you strike. Like, the element of surprise, especially at the beginning of a war, is kind of like a big part of it.
Yeah.
Jake Tapper of CNN comes out and he shares that clip on X of Trump saying this, and his caption of it is FWIW for what it's worth. Prime Minister was born 20 years after Pearl Harbor. And it's like, okay, you literal nerd.
But what's that got to do with the price of eggs in Arizona?
Right. No, it's like, there goes the joke right over Mr. Tapper's head. It's like, do you not understand English, Jake? Or are you impossible of understanding, like, jokes can also have points?
Yes.
Like,
There you go.
Like, really, Jake Tapper, how dense. And sometimes X is a gift in that it reveals how people who are on it all the time, constantly reacting and writing stuff, it reveals their inner self. It kind of pulls back the mask. And these are not very impressive people. I mean, God love Jake Tapper, but that guy, I don't know about him. And here's another one, another anchor in the corporate media. CBS News, Margaret Brennan.
Gosh.
Well, we know how much Margaret is just she's not doing well with this Trump administration.
No. She's
Rubio's,
having that derangement
they're losing
syndrome.
it.
Bad.
Rubio is verbally spanked her.
Yes.
J.D. Vance is verbally spanked
More
her.
than once.
Like that one line, well, I don't really care, Margaret.
Yep.
Like, it's just, ooh. Well, now she is mad about Pete Hegseth. She's mad that...
Because he ate all that lobster?
No, that was one of my favorites.
All $1,000, what was it, $1 million of it?
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
And she just puts out a tweet. It's got 1.6 million views now, and it's a huge ratio. You know, ratio is like number of likes compared to number of comments. Only 1.8 likes, 5,200 comments. A big ratio.
Yeah.
And the tweet from Margaret Brennan, who's supposed to be that person that trains the boomer on how to react to things in a particular emotional way.
Controlled way.
While also carrying a certain vernacular that gives the semblance of deep intelligence and study. She tweeted, "The Secretary of Defense tells the American public to pray for our troops on bended knee and invoke Jesus' name."
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
And that's kind of the response she got. A lot of people going, good. Another person said, you mean like George Washington?
Yeah, really.
That
Yeah, on
classic
bended
painting?
knee. Yeah.
Like, what's your point, Margaret?
They're secular, you know that. They don't want Jesus invoked.
Nope.
It's, again, thank God for X. In a way, it can be very frustrating, and don't let it get to you too much.
That's right.
But they reveal themselves at times. Like, how dare the Secretary of War, Margaret, number one, not Secretary of Defense, tells the American public to pray for our troops on bended knee and invoke Jesus' name.
How dare he?
How dare he?
I love it.
In fact, I do it every morning now. And I hope everybody, whether you go to church every day or it's in your own home, pray for many things, but definitely pray for the men and women of our armed services. They're some of the best we got.
So what is wrong with that, though? What is
I know,
wrong
that's
with
where
that?
I'm sitting here going, what?
Because they're under the influence of principalities and dominions.
Well, because freedom of religion means you can't be, you have to be
Free with your
ashamed.
religion?
You have
Yeah.
to be ashamed of it, and you have to be secular, and you have to be like, well, what about those other people?
That's why we're here.
Just quick rundown of all sorts of things going on. But Stoles and then got him one bended knee and stayed down there for a while. Yeah, somebody shared that with Margaret. Oh, so this is fine. Praying to St. George Floyd or whatever.
Right.
But, how dare you invoke the name of our Lord Jesus Christ for the protection of our troops and to swift victory and to a lasting peace? How dare you do that?
How dare you?
And you know what I find crazy is like these secular types, especially like Margaret Brennan in the media. You know how many, even in this country, Muslims and Jews and people of other faiths would also get down and pray for the safety and protection of troops? Now, we can pray that they would join us in praising Christ, but what is wrong with that?
That's what
If everybody is praying to God the Father about...
What's the problem there?
Protect our troops.
That's where we're at, though, gentlemen. This country has languished under a lack of Christ. And some people, Joey, we talked about this ad nauseum. Is the church stepped up? Has it taken the lead and do the things it needs to do? I don't know. I'm just saying, here we are, languishing.
Here we are. Anyway, got to hit this break. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. Talk about languishing.
Mm-hmm. Languishing, yeah.
There are a lot of guys just kind of dying on the vine after being, ready to go, having energy for days. You could do the all-nighter with work and other things. You could get through the day in every aspect of life with confidence. Like you knew who you are, you knew what kind of man you were, and you presented yourself that way. But if you're starting to feel like you don't have confidence, whether it's in the bedroom or just maybe at work, you're starting to see that waistline creep, you just have no energy. In fact, you feel wiped out when you wake up in the morning. And you know what? if you're feeling that way, other people notice, especially she notices. Now, she might be nice about it, but
I think so.
you want things to be better. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yes, it's fine, honey.
Yeah, you know,
This is something you're going through.
Voice
Something you're
going
going
up
through.
an octave, like, it's fine. You don't have to deal with it, folks, though, because you're not the only one dealing with this. Don't feel alone and don't procrastinate. Get by Montgomery Men's Health. They're powered by Men's Pro. They're a men's performance clinic here in Montgomery, been serving the area for years now, and they provide great in-person care with labs that get done quickly. And with their urology-backed medicine, they can create personalized treatment plans for whatever, in fact, is bedeviling you, from low T to ED to all sorts of other performance issues. And, in fact, there are a lot of guys that have gone by there, say they're 55. Mm-hmm. They feel 35 now. They feel 25 now. Like, it is amazing, and it's also amazing how quickly you're going to feel better once they get you on one of their plans. So check them out today. Call them at 440-3663 to make an appointment. That's 440-3663. Or you can book online in under 30 seconds at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's Montgomery Men's Health for every man in every season of life.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breakers tripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that, because each year thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Concerns persist over the future of energy prices as Israel and Iran continue trading blows in the nearly 3-week-old war that's jolted global financial markets. A Kuwaiti oil refinery came under Iranian attack early today as Tehran targets the Gulf region's energy infrastructure. Benchmark U.S. crude down 88 cents to 94.67 per barrel. Brent crude, the international standard, fell 78 cents to 107.87 per barrel. In equities trading, shares of FedEx jumped more than 8% after the package delivery company cruised past Wall Street sales and profit targets. FedEx also raised its full-year guidance. Gold gained 1.3% to $4,664 per ounce. Silver also rose 1.3%, $72 an ounce. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Earnest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas weather.
On this first day of spring, officially, the news is good. Warming trend are the key words. Today, very nice with plenty of sunshine. High temperature up to about 78. Not as chilly tonight. Overnight low temperature 54. We've got a storm-free, dry weekend with a high temperature in the lower 80s. Saturday with sunshine. More sun, mid-80s on Sunday. Monday looks nice, high 82 with more sun. Just a little cooler on Tuesday, but a nice day, high 75. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASE Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASE Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phone.
All right.
And talk to Jeff.
It's Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I don't know whether anybody brought it up or not, but Chuck Norris passed away yesterday.
Oh, yeah, at the beginning of the show, and I don't know if you heard, the Grim Reaper immediately got his ass kicked.
Immediately.
Yeah, oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's a sad day because he was a great guy.
He was. Great American.
Good man. I read a statement from his family, and, you know, for a lot of folks, he's just an American badass, but he was he was a grandfather and a brother and a husband, and, you know, great man.
Like Troy said, an Air Force veteran as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wrote a story he wrote a book called Secret of Inner Strength. And then he wrote another one called Against All Odds. Both of them were great books. But he told a story when he was stationed at Osan Air Force Base. He was at MP.
Yep.
So this little Asian lady come out from the base with a bale of hay on her back. And she sat down there at the guard shack, and then she couldn't get back up. When they went to help her up, there was a Jeep engine inside the bale of hay.
Why does that not surprise me?
That's great. That's great.
And it took about 4 or 5 of them to load it back on a Jeep. But this little Asian lady was carrying it on bale of hay.
That's funny.
But I recommend the book. Both books he wrote. He wrote some westerns. He wrote some Christian westerns as well.
Yep. He was a
but
Christian.
Secret of Inner Strength and Against All Odds are great books. And he'll be missed.
Yep.
Amen, brother.
All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Getting 272-922.
How old was he? 86?
86.
Yeah. Good life.
Finally gave up. Yeah.
Medical emergency, so I don't think it was necessarily expected.
Yeah.
But they did say, and this is something everybody can hope and pray for, is a peaceful death.
Yeah.
Not everybody in this world gets that.
You're right about that, Joe.
That blessing. And so they said it was a peaceful death. And, you know, for such an icon, thank God for that. Now, where do we go next, gentlemen? Because we got like 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Are you going to go to
left.
depressing stories?
No, I don't want to be too depressing.
Okay,
because
then let me tell mine. Last night I watched the kids play T-ball. That's the greatest thing ever.
Okay.
If you ever are depressed, go watch a T-ball game.
And thank you for that video yesterday. Hey, Joey!
They said they love Joey. Yes, they did. We had a good time. But watching T-ball, you know, you forget, and I did anyway, that the kids don't know anything. They got to hand practice with the bat and everything, and when the ball gets hit, everybody in the outfield or in the infield runs to the ball. It becomes like just smash the guy with the ball kind of thing. And then when Daniel, he got a hit, which is great. He gets a hit. He's running to first base. Of course, I'm excited, Grandpa. I'm screaming, "Run, Daniel, run!" He looks at me while he's running down first baseline like, "I'm running. Shut up, Pop. I'm running."
That's awesome.
One of the best moments, and I hope I never forget, he gets on first base, and my son's a first base coach. And I got a picture of those two standing together.
That's great.
Frame that, and especially with what you got, you know, that great thing you got for Pamela. Do something with that.
Yeah. It was really, really good time. I forget how silly, just silly things are, but T-ball is
you're
great,
now
man.
reminding me of a story I remember from my childhood.
Yeah?
And I remember this because it's kind of hard to forget, even when you're 5. T-ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, there's the ball in the tee. It's pretty easy to hit.
You think?
Well, not for every kid, but it was all right for me. But it wasn't offense. I'm at second base, second baseman position. And somebody hits the ball off the tee, and it just like pops it up. And nobody catches pop-ups
No,
in
not in
T-ball.
T-ball. Catch it in the head.
I did.
job.
It pops up, and I just got under, caught it. Our coach, one of our coaches, Cindy Staub, wonderful woman. Cindy Staub, her daughter went to school with me from preschool, I believe, all the way through high school there at Montgomery Catholic. But my coach, I catch it. Cindy Staub runs out on the field, picks me up, and kisses me.
I bet.
And it's like, yeah, like this amazing moment. It's like, and I think my grandfather, and my uncles, and my dad are like, "What are you doing, woman? What are you doing?" And he's like, "But."
There were a couple of moments of that. Like last night, I happened to look up and I go, "Why is that boy's mother standing next to him at shortstop?" Well, because he wouldn't quit sitting down, so she went out there to make him stand up the whole. It's great. It is. It's hysterical. And then the next ball field over is like a league up, and it's softball. And man, you hear the balls and the people screaming. I can't wait to get to that level. It's just exciting.
Now, did you ever play on the big field?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did. High school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got there. I got bored with baseball because I was actually fairly all right at it, but I was like, I'm done.
I think my junior year, I literally quit midseason.
I played high school. Did you play American Legion ball? That's a big deal.
Here in Alabama.
Yeah. We played
played
in
Dixie
Ohio,
Youth
yeah.
starting out. I remember
Yeah.
when we went overseas, people asked what ball leagues we came from. I said Dixie Youth. They're like, what is that? What kind of racist thing is that? It's like, I don't know. It's the Dixie
wrong
Youth
with
Baseball League. I don't know.
What, you don't like Dixie music?
Yeah, I had no idea.
It's a nice, stew of different influences.
That was the name of our high school, Dixie High School.
Is that right?
Yeah. With Dixie Generals and
Still
a
there?
lot of the It is, but it's no longer the Dixie Generals. It's the Dixie Greyhounds because the inner city schools wouldn't play. So we had a Confederate flag on it.
Yeah. The times they are changing.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
really?
Thinking of like David Bowie's changes.
Changes.
Or
here in Montgomery.
Or Steely Dan, Change of the Guard.
Here in Montgomery, we changed the baseball stadium name. It was Riverwalk, now it's Dabo or something?
Yeah, or Dumas. Or I don't know.
I thought it was Dabo, like
Dobus or Davos. It's
Davos, the medical company.
Yeah, it's some supplier. It's It's one of these branding things, and I'll remember it eventually. I always will call it Riverwalk
about 3 years
Stadium.
from now, where it's
Right.
somebody else.
I hope it's not Davos, Switzerland, where all the bigwigs are making deals. Well, they got their fingers down here in Montgomery now.
We're in trouble, man. We're in trouble.
Yeah, and another Little League memory was, I think I've told you this fairly recently, but it's worth repeating, is like my memory, because it's not just a baseball memory, my memory of Emery Fulmer.
Oh, yeah. He used to come to our
How
fields,
long was
man.
he mayor?
That's awesome.
I remember
30
being
years?
at least. I remember being in.
I've heard some stories.
Howland
about this
Gardens preschool, kindergarten is what we called it. And I remember he was the mayor. And I remember playing Dixie Youth baseball, and he was still the mayor.
That's great.
But I remember like it was like some presentation mid-season or something, like the city celebrating having this Little Leagues over at Goodwin on one of those fields. And like each of the kids, me being one of them, had to walk up and like
shake his hand.
No, he had a mic, and he's like, "So kid, what do you think about?" And just the vibe I got was like he was nice, and he was the mayor and stuff. But the vibe I got is, "What is this slapdick kid doing over here? Like, what is he gonna say?" And I'm just
What
like,
are you thinking?
And he was, as a kid especially.
Yeah, he was the mayor.
He's intimidating as heck.
I heard a story about him, a guy that had a shop. He goes to the cigar store now, but he had a gun shop, and they actually killed a guy coming in trying to rob the place, and the first person to show up was Emery Fulmer. And he said he stepped up, kicks him a little bit, and goes, "That's a good crook, good and dead." That's what he said.
That's the
he was
Fulmer we know.
He was hardcore. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, Joey, Eddie, guys. Hey, this is Bubba.
What's happening, Bubba?
Hey, hey, you start talking baseball, you got my attention.
Mhm.
Baseball and Jesus, for sure.
That's right, Bubba.
And, hey, and talking about baseball memories, I coached for a long time up at East Montgomery, and T-ball Eddie, there was, T-ball, you can actually help them adjust and sit up at the plate, and tell them which way to hit, and I had this little kid named Malcolm, I'll never forget him. I set him up, and usually in T-ball, on the defensive side, your best player is usually the pitcher.
Yep.
He's the most athletic. And so I lined this little kid up, and I said, I want you to hit it down third base line and then run as fast as you can to first base. Well, he lines up, and he smacks that ball down the third base line, and he took off as fast as he can. He ran to third, back to home, then to first.
Awesome.
And everybody's screaming, but they're not listening. I mean, the kid's just running. I love it. I love it.
And of course, the parents, nothing is better. And, of course, I saw the other day, my son who's playing college baseball crushed one out of the park.
He sure did, man.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
And,
He's a hoss.
and so the announcer called it out and said, Bub, I hope you was watching. And, of course, I was.
That's awesome.
And,
Proud dad.
anyway,
Oh, yeah.
Baseball, Jesus, and America, they all go together.
There you go.
Love it,
All
Bubba.
right, guys, enjoy. Y'all have a great day.
You too, Bubba. See you, brother.
272-9228. Got to hit a quick break
Right.
here. We'll try to get Austin Branco on. He's been busy this whole week.
Yes.
But we'll see.
All right.
After the break.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hey there, Alabama. Are you ready to transform your home with style? At Royal Furniture, they've been delivering inspired value since 1946. Whether you're in Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, Oxford, Gadsden, Athens, Decatur, or Florence, they've got the perfect pieces to make your space shine. Visit them today and discover a wide selection of furniture that fits your lifestyle and budget. Royal Furniture, where quality meets affordability, right here in Alabama. Stop by your nearest location and let them make your home beautiful together.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Three 272-9228 if you want to get on the conversation. Can't get a hold of Austin Branco, so let's go to TS.
Okay.
Hey, TS, how are you?
Joey.
Hi.
Trey.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, we're great today.
You're percolating. I've been listening to the show. Okay, since we're kind of talking baseball, I need your opinion about the Biscuits now being like financed or funded by Davos.
Davos.
And I forgot what the acronym stands for. It's some sort of company in the River region.
I believe it is in the River
medical.
region,
I think they're
yeah,
medical supply.
Okay, I'm pulling up the story so we actually get it here. From WSFA, the Montgomery Biscuits and On Deck Partners announced Wednesday morning it's going to be called Home of the Butter and Blue, being renamed to Davos Park. Investing in communities like Montgomery is personal to me and central to Davos' future, said David McNary. Don't do the rhyme.
I wonder who he is.
I was going to say David McNary. His legs might be hairy. CEO of Davos.
Oh, stop it.
I will not.
I got hairy legs.
Montgomery has extraordinary potential as a commercial and cultural center, and we're committed to being part of that growth, said David McNary. For the long haul, our partnership with On Deck Partners and the Montgomery Biscuits marks the beginning of an exciting new journey. Davos is a lab supply and biotech company that serves a broad range of industries, including retail, restaurants, and manufacturing, as well as factories that make miniature models of factories. Sorry, not that last part. That's a line from Austin Powers.
Okay, so they use 3D printers to make their little models, I wonder?
I don't know. It sounds like they do a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, they're in the medical.
You guys are acting cray-cray, so I'm acting cray-cray, too.
That's kind of a Tuesday for us.
But it's Friday.
No,
But it is
it's
Friday.
It's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
You're all fixated on the apple dumpling cake now.
I am.
aren't you?
I'm trying to think how this Mountain Dew is going to affect this cake.
Oh,
Wait, you're
my
putting
God.
Mountain Dew in a cake?
Yeah. She's going to be all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
An apple dumpling cake. Oh, my gourmet cousin in Texas turned me on to it. It's the best thing in the world.
I definitely
I'll
would
try
like
to
to
bring
try it.
some by.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
I know you would, too,
You know-
I love you guys. Thanks
Love you
for
too,
your
hon.
time.
Love you too, Jazz. Let's go to Eric. Hey, Eric.
What up, Eric?
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. What a beautiful day. It's a shame you guys are cooped up in the coop.
You ain't kidding.
Give him hell, Dale. He knows who I'm talking about on the radio. But, Joey, back to the baseball, the stadium. I'm not familiar with who the owner is, the partial owner, but I'm going to switch gears. It's got something to do with baseball, but, we used to do is take a stick, a broomstick, and throw it up a rock, and that was our time. Or instead of T-ball, we didn't have T-ball when I was playing baseball. I mean, that's how old I am, but regardless, you could take a tennis ball, put it on a string, and you get out there and get it at about waist level, and you hit it. Get it high enough, and then when it came back around, you'd time yourself. You'd miss a lot, but you'd hit a lot. And then when it got to the baseball aspect part of it, it was like a piece of cake. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I wasn't that good, but I know guys that really developed just with a broomstick and rocks.
It's amazing how resourceful and creative kids can be when they need to be.
I know that, buddy. Well, Joey, keep it up,
Appreciate you, Eric.
and we're going to listen.
See you, brother.
Yeah, like it is bringing back memories of while you're waiting for the game to start. You're in your uniform. The other game's going on. Like you're playing wall ball with the tennis
Cut
ball. Munching down on airheads.
Big, big league chew, big league chew, bubble gum.
The bubble gum. Yeah. Oh,
You didn't
yeah.
play. This is sad, but at Highland Gardens we played cup ball, where you balled up Coca-Cola cups and.
No, we
made
had
into a
tennis
baseball.
balls. Yeah, we actually had sponsors.
I got to go across some tracks one day.
Yeah, my dad sponsored one year.
Yeah.
And then we had Flips was a sponsor one
Yeah,
year.
I
Remember that
Flips.
place?
Yeah.
Man.
That's
Had
when
a
I
good
had.
Euro.
That's when I had my Pete Rose incident. I've told you guys about.
had
Have I
Pete
told you?
Rose incident?
Yeah, yeah.
You were gambling?
Negative. No. I went to Stinger's Ford in Dayton, Ohio. He was supposed to be signing balls for everyone in the league, and we get there.
I hear he did that a lot.
He guys signed a lot of balls.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I was excited because I was a big Pete Rose fan. This was back in 77, 78 maybe. I was in Little League, and of course he was with Big Red Machine. We had season tickets. We were there all the time with that great squad. But we wait, and over the speakers comes an announcement. Pete was involved in a little fender bender coming out of Cincinnati, and it's about 45 minutes from Dayton to Cincinnati. He goes, "We'll be here in a minute. Everybody stay put." Well, he gets there. He gets out of an Orange Crush Stingray with a white fur jacket on, glasses, and a big boobed bimbo teetering on these high heels, getting out of the car, out of that court. And I remember looking, and my dad puts his hand over my eye, and he goes, "Son, don't look, you'll go blind." I'm like, "I'll risk one eye. I put one back." And so we're there, and we get up in line, and me and my best friend Dean and his dad's behind us, and Dean's dad's Jerry. He goes around me and he goes, "Hey Pete, how about the Pirates this year?" And the Pirates, Willie Stargell, they were good. Pete writes, he goes, "F the Pirates," and he writes, "F the Pirates," and I still have that ball. Do you? And I get it, and I look at it, and I go, "What does F mean, Dad?" And he goes, "Come on, son, you're going to be a Johnny Bench fan next year."
That ball's worth some money.
I got it, buddy. I got it.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a great story. That was
awesome.
one of my little league highlights there.
That's epic right there. And on that note, we got to hit our top of the
Good
hour
break.
But because we couldn't get a hold of Austin Barenko, let's tell folks about Invista Advisors. And they're at Invista. They're ready to help you, of course, with investments. Like, say you want a great company, great group to help manage your assets. They can do asset management, but that's not all they do. In fact, what they're going to strive to do is create a holistic, across the board. And in fact, they have a team of different types of experts, CPAs, business consultants, and investment advisors, all working together to provide that comprehensive financial plan. And could be you're just starting out with a family, so you definitely need to get set up with life insurance and a plan for taking care of the kids later on in life. Maybe you got to get that retirement fund set up. You've been holding off for too long. Could be a lot of your money's tied up in a small business you might own, or maybe you run a nonprofit or an endowment. And of course, end-of-life concerns, just having your affairs in order wherever you are, again, in life. Invista Advisors can help you put together a long-term financial plan. Just start the conversation today at 387-0094. That's 387-0094. And be sure to tell them that Joey, that fella on the radio, sent you. Second hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. 3 weeks into the war against Iran, President Trump says the U.S. is doing extremely well. He also says the war will be a short one and that the spike in gasoline prices that have been a result should get back to normal. Meanwhile, thousands of U.S. Marines and sailors are being sent to the region as the U.S. beefs up its footprint there. The president continues to berate NATO allies for their refusal to join the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran. NATO and European leaders rejecting Mr. Trump's demand that they join the fight against Iran. Those leaders have said it's not Europe's war. They don't want to be drawn into a wider conflict. The administration says the Department of Education is handing off a portion of its student loan portfolio to the Treasury Department. That's part of the administration's attempt to dismantle the Education Department altogether. This is SRN News.
Hey, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this: Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a health insurance alternative at half the cost. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. While insurance companies tell you when to join, what to pay, and where to go, CHM is different. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other Christians. You can enroll, switch programs, or leave at any time. Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a world of difference. CHM has 4 flexible programs. You can pick any certified doctor, surgeon, or hospital that you want for eligible care. So make the switch. Take your paycheck back from health insurance this year. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
On this first day of spring, officially, the news is good. Warming trend are the key words. Today, very nice with plenty of sunshine. High temperature up to about 78. Not as chilly tonight. Overnight low temperature 54. We've got a storm-free, dry weekend with a high temperature in the lower 80s Saturday with sunshine. More sun, mid-80s on Sunday. Monday looks nice, high 82 with more sun. Just a little cooler on Tuesday, but a nice day, high 75. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Watauga County Sheriff Mark Harrell has released new information about the woman's body found in Mulberry Creek on Wednesday. An autopsy concluded the body is that of a black woman, 45 to 55 years old. She was about 5'3", 130 pounds. No usable fingerprints could be lifted from the body. The woman's identity remains unknown. DNA information has been sent for testing. Montgomery police are asking for the public's help in finding suspects in a recent triple shooting. The incident happened last Sunday on South Court Street near the intersection of East-South Boulevard, where 3 people were shot multiple times. Witnesses reported the shots were fired from a white Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck. Montgomery District 2 City Council member Julie Turner Beard is planning a town hall meeting on Monday. The meeting will be held at Del Reyna Baptist Church on Wares Ferry Road from 6 to 7 p.m. Councilmember Beard hosts a town hall meeting every quarter to hear from residents in her district. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here in the River region, thousands of hardworking folks will be buying a home, some for the first time. How do you know you are buying the right home? It starts with research. A buyer's agent can help you in your search, providing a list of homes you may not be aware of or know about. At the same time, a meeting with a local lender to find out exactly what you qualify for and how much it will cost at closing and monthly. A list of needs and wants provided to your agent will help them locate properties that match those needs. An example would be bedrooms, baths, school zones, floor plan requests will also help. Start shopping and look at homes and compare and make a list of pluses and minuses for each home. Compare them with your agent to narrow the field. After you work out the contract, appraisals and inspections come next, and then the closing. For more details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. That's 221-2883.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
This song goes out to Afro Man. Welcome back to the program.
Did you hear his song, Lemon Pound Cake?
Lemon Pound Cake.
It is tearing up the TikToks this week, Joey.
Now, I have to be careful with this because, Troy, have you been following this at all? Afro Man's trial?
It's rather ridiculous, but
I have not been. I'm sorry. I've been engaged in things of meaning.
Yeah. Actually, this is pretty good. He stood up for
me
his right.
It's not wholesome.
Give me a full report.
It's not wholesome, but it is also kind of epically American.
Okay.
Yep.
And like I can't play a lot of the clips because he curses in a lot of
every
his
one of
songs and a lot of sexual stuff in a lot of his songs.
I know his
but,
songs. Yeah.
Count Dankula of all people. Dankula. He has a quick synopsis of it. The Afro Man trial. And by the way, to get an image, Afro Man showed up to trial.
Oh, Joey.
In a full suit, but the entire suit, jacket and pants
and tie
are all American flag. And his aviators are American flag. He did a music video going to court like, Afro Man's gonna screw you, Afro Man.
He told him what was coming.
And it's a hit on TikTok. So, the Afro Man trial. Cops raid Afro Man's house for BS reasons.
Yep.
They steal money.
No. They took the money. They took money legally out of his safes, but they returned it $400 short.
So they do steal money.
And they tell him, we didn't steal it, but your money right now is $400 short. But do not tell anyone we stole it.
So they do steal money. They break his door. They mess up his house like crazy.
Yep.
No criminality found whatsoever.
None.
No
Not even
charges
a joint,
at all
nothing.
pressed on Afro Man. Now, I have personally met Afro Man.
That's right.
Before I really, got back on the straight and narrow and the narrow way.
That.
And the Libertarian Party of Alabama decided not to just throw a humble convention, but a frickin' party. And the guest of honor at the end of the convention was Afro Man. Afro Man shows up, and myself and Craig are. I
can only imagine Craig involved in this.
I'm going to get.
I'm mad I wasn't there.
I'm going to get like nicotine pouches. He's going to get cigarettes.
Right.
And we see pull up in his own car, bedazzled plates and everything.
Yep.
Afro Man, and he's got this big goblet cup, this chalice that's like decked out.
That's what he's taking it to
And
court,
we're
too.
like, hey, I'm Joey, I'm Craig, and they're like, I think it was Craig. Can we get at you anything? He's like, get me a few blunts, like Swisher, like just wraps.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure. Of all people. And we go and do that. As we get back, they're like, where's Afro Man? Well, we went to his room. So we go knock, and the room is already full of smoke.
I'm sure.
And I'm like, here you go. Because he's famous for because I got high.
Because I got high.
Very
famous pothead.
So what was the grounds? Help me understand the grounds. Why were they even going to his house?
It was made-up charges.
Okay.
Made-up charges on drugs.
Yeah. Okay.
And they added, he did a whole song about this, kidnapping as well. Like he just was, anyway.
I got you.
And Afroman, while we're at this convention, is like in the lobby, just to say his thing is smoking weed.
Yeah, sure. He's like the Snoop Dogg.
He's in the lobby. He's walking around this shady Marriott in Dothan, Alabama, just like talking to folks, talking to security. Like he does not care about that. So that's the main thing they thought they were going to get, like pounds and pounds of marijuana or something like that. But again, they steal money, break his stuff, mess up his house. No criminality found whatsoever. No charges at all pressed on Afroman. Afroman spends the next 3 years making songs and videos that make fun of all the officers involved by name, even using footage of the raid from his own CCTV
That's what they were
cameras.
ticked about.
Where was this at? Where did this occur at?
I don't know where Afroman lived.
I'm just curious.
For some reason, I think Ohio, but
I think he's
St. Louis or something. Yeah. Okay.
Songs had titles like, and again, I'll have to clean these up. Randy Waters is an SOB.
Oh yeah.
Look 'em low, Lisa. I'll let y'all figure out what that means. Accusing one of the officers of being a lesbian and sleeping with the other officers' wives.
Yes.
During the raid, one officer looked like, this is the best one, and the guy's a little chubby too. One officer during the raid looked like he was about to eat some lemon pound cake sitting on Afroman's counter. Afroman made a whole album calling the officer fat. And the whole song is just like, and if you've never heard Afroman, it's very simple beats.
Yeah, it's very catchy.
Very simple beats, very catchy little hooks. Sounds like a guy wrote the music while stoned.
Yes.
But the whole song is like, lemon pound cake. And it's got the actual CC footage of this guy looking down at the pound cake after they raid his house. The cops get mad about this.
Very mad.
And they file a lawsuit for defamation.
Very mad.
Afroman turns up in court in a whole American flag suit. Officers performatively maul and cry while listening to the songs. They play back the songs and the videos, really trying to oversell how badly the songs upset them. One officer was suing because Afroman made a whole song about him saying Afroman was sleeping with the officer's wife.
They got divorced, by the way.
When the officer was asked if Afroman was really sleeping with his wife, the officer said, I don't know. Nuking his own case and establishing that there is a non-zero chance that Afroman might actually be sleeping with his wife. As his only witness for the trial, Afroman brought a deputy's ex-wife.
Yes, she was great.
That's great.
The jury completely ruled in favor of Afroman. And when he's on, like, being cross-examined, he goes on. Don't you feel bad about it? And he's actually incredibly eloquent, defends himself beautifully, understands freedom of speech. And you can say, it's a little filthy, and, his whole aesthetic, you might not like it. And the way he lives, you might not like it, but he was done wrong in this case.
Absolutely.
And he used his powers, his abilities, his following, and he fought back, made a lot of money doing it. And the court case, if you can go find videos, folks, it's one of the funniest things. Like, the officer has to sit there on the stand, the fat one, watching, like, lemon pound cake.
Yeah, he's doing his crocodile tears, and all of them are over the top. It's like a bad Saturday Night Live movie.
Cross-examine. Did you really have intent to eat that cake, sir?
No, they were asking things like, "Did you really feel like lemon pound cake? He really hurt your feelings or diminished your character by saying that?" And he's like, "Yes."
So what was? So they ruled for him. They owe him money.
That was another problem. Was they they literally kept $400 of his money. I don't know how that happened, but they did.
That's an ethics.
And then
issue.
they weren't going to give it back. No. I mean, they were just like, "Hey, sorry about your luck."
No, they were suing him.
Yeah, they were going after him at this point.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, because he'd made plenty of money back off making fun of these folks.
Did,
Dude, it was great.
And
best $400 I've ever lost.
Oh, no doubt in my mind. And honestly, if you're those cops and you go back and watch that court TV thing, you better be embarrassed of yourself. You look like
I'm looking at the officer looking down at the lemon pound cake, and it's just also do you know what he looks like?
The one dude looks.
Yeah, I know what he looks like.
Oh my goodness,
that one cop looks like a
amazing.
retired old Chuck Liddell. I mean, he just
I love it.
What a story. And I hope somebody makes a documentary out of this.
Only in America.
Because it's like only in America sort of thing. And, one of the people I follow on X said, Yeah, and then you've got people like Jimmy Kimmel
Southern
saying...
Ohio. Southern Ohio.
Oh, Southern
He's from
Ohio.
Southern
That's
Ohio.
what I thought it was Ohio.
Chillicothe area.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, down on the river.
But you've got people like Jimmy Kimmel out there saying, like, America's this Maoist authoritarian regime. And I'm like, just follow this case with Afro Man. Like, no, the freedom reigns. For better or for worse, freedom reigns in many ways.
My.
Well, I think that was it, too. I think they were trying to just kind of shame him into not even bringing the lawsuit.
Sure.
I'm so glad he did.
Yeah, I am too now. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Let's go to Papa B. Hey, Papa B, how you doing?
That was an incredible story.
All true, by the way.
It does sound like something you'd see on Saturday Night
Oh,
Live.
totally. Especially when you see him in the suit.
Yeah.
And the acting of the overacting of the officers.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, it just sounds so stupidly silly. But it sounds like a parody of some kind. But you're telling me it's all true.
It's all real.
That's
like actual court footage.
Wow.
Like, amazing.
Oh, incredible. Well, so, the reaction of our good friends and allies in NATO might be surprising some people, but I don't think it's surprising Trump at all.
No.
I'm not surprised. Macron preemptively surrendered for France on France's behalf as soon as the war got started.
Yep.
They just went ahead and said, okay, we give up. He's not even involved. And, I think, though, that Trump is using this opportunity to really illustrate that we just don't have the kind of allies that we think we have.
Yep.
He's kind of putting them on display here.
Right.
What do you think, Troy?
He's reshaping. Yeah, I agree 100%, Papa B. I think what he's doing is, listen, this is what's crazy. If you listen to the liberal media, their hatred's just so great for him, and it's they listen. They're taking sides with the murderous regime in Iran. Are you kidding me? I mean, well, who are you people? And the thing is this: when you take it all into scale. This thing with the oil, he's got his finger on this. He knows what he's doing. And listen, we don't need anything, Papa B, out of the strait. This is all the dependencies of our quote allies
Right.
need it. And the thing is this: he is reshaping the battle space for the future with China. Everything's been about that, and he's visionary. Right. And yes, I'm with you. We find out who our allies are: Japan, South Korea. Mm-hmm. These are the people we need. So you know what? Let Europe get overrun by the horde. It's just nothing there of any value anymore.
Well, I mean, to look at them and the liberal media and the Trump derangement syndrome folks on the left.
Oh man,
they are lemon pound cake guy.
This is going to be a new term now.
Lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake guy. I mean, they're sitting there looking at their cake, on the video. But now Trump is taking the cake and eating it too, and making fun of them for even looking at it. Because I'm telling you something. This looks to me like, okay, yeah, we're going to help, the Iranian people regain, control of their country. But I'm telling you the truth about it. I think Trump ought to put a surcharge on every drop of oil coming out of there so that he can pay for all of the things that we had to pay for to get it freed up to the European countries and to China.
Amen, brother.
I don't know if that would ever happen, but boy, that would be justice right there.
Well, I think I was talking with Morgan Murphy yesterday. He was in D.C., and we were talking about the economics, Joey. Mm-hmm. Hey, they've got get that Jones Act pushed away and bring that oil from Venezuela and flood it into here. Right. That's what's going to happen, I think.
That's what needs to happen.
Well, in the meantime, you're totally right about China. They are continually being marginalized.
Yep.
And what is happening with now the oil, they're paying $150 a barrel. We're still at 100 or so in our country, so that's a bonus to us. But in the meantime, China is suffering, guys. I don't know if you've been listening to some of the news coming out of there.
Yeah.
But this kind of stuff right here, one thing right after another is pounding their economy. and their ability to make war. Boy, tell me I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
no, you're not. And listen, so I saw some estimates from the National Security Council with help from the IC. They believe, Joey, that and Papa B, Eddie, that they've got, if things continue the way they are, and we can hold our breath this long, that China will, their economy will really be in bad straits in 2 months.
How to defeat somebody without going to war?
Just same thing with Japan. 1941,
Isolated,
42,
take
when
the
we
oil.
cut off the oil out of the
Sorry,
Dutch
she.
East Indies.
I read Sun Tzu too.
Yep.
The useful idiot
guys.
chapter. There you go.
Appreciate it, Papa B.
Thanks, Papa B.
See you, Papa B.
And I was paying attention, but kind of not, because I'm still stuck on this old Afro Man thing. This is actually from the courtroom, so you get a sense of it. And this is the officer, the
So
fat
good.
officer who had to listen to lemon pound cake sitting on the stand.
Mr. Cooley, sorry, Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake?
Yeah, that's him.
By Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
multiple times.
Call me names.
So,
Different people.
Okay. And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but
I do.
you'd have to ask him that question.
Well, I'm going to play what's marked Defense Exhibit D.
Defense Exhibit
I love
D.
it. I love it.
I'd like you to watch this.
Okay.
Oh, you guys aren't doing
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some living pound cake.
That's great.
Mama's living pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice.
That's great. That's great.
Living pound cake. He wanna put down his life. Living pound cake.
Joe, you're tickled by this.
It's hysterical.
I love it.
That's funny.
Oh man,
That's so good.
And the fact that you had the guy watch it in full.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Seen Exhibit D, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You would admit that's you with the glasses walking by a lemon pound cake on the counter?
I'd do the double
Yes.
take.
And that is security footage from the search of Mr. Foreman's residence?
I assume, yes.
But there's no question that's you during the search.
Yes.
There is question? Or there's
No, that was me, yes. Absolutely.
God bless America.
God bless
I'm telling you, man. So let's think of it another way. I'm glad it's Afro Man. He had the money and wherewithal to make this happen. But you know those cops did everything they could do before they finally said, I'm going to sue you for calling me names. Because at the end of the day, that's what they did.
Yeah.
So when you pull the next guy over and you know, you were a cop that just got for this, how's that guy have any respect for you anymore?
I know. And it's just, I don't know. By the way, we can do it all, folks. We can give, I think, very good analysis on the latest with the Iran war, and we can cover the trial
of Afro Man.
Let's go to Babs. Hey, Babs.
Hey, Babs.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. First, Troy, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you coming on the show with your positive comments. I am as MAGA gets. And it is so good to hear your positive remarks about this. I guess I have to conflict. I'm not going to call it a war. It makes me feel a whole lot better. I totally trust Trump. Whatever he says, whatever he does, I'm right there behind him. And I have a question, and you may have already mentioned it. If we do open up the straits, can we keep any oil going from the non-committed European so-called allies?
we can do whatever we want. We've got more guns and more ammo than they do.
Well, I hope
That's international law, Babs. Let me tell you what, I went to law school for a year, and I wanted to study international law, and I had a professor pull me aside. He goes, Mr. Carrico, there is no international law. He who has the most weapons and fleets determines what the law is. And here's the thing. We've been accused of starting wars for oil. By God, let's benefit from some of that. Let the empire
We've been
rise.
accused of doing it, right.
Let's do what we've been accused of.
I'm just telling you now, the people that don't realize how much money we put into provincial reconstruction, how much we did for all of the first Gulf War in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we didn't get a single penny out of it. We put billions and trillions of dollars
money
into
out of
it.
that deal.
And now it's time to
I love you,
recoup.
Roy. You make me feel so good.
Good, Babs.
I have Fox News on right now, and I just saw, I don't know if it was a video or just a picture of the three guys that are going to be, they're going to be killed. They're just sitting there and watching up on stage this man with a sword showing the sword.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm thinking, this is just god awful. I'm glad we're involved in taking this regime out. It's despicable. And one of the young men even had a tattoo of a cross on.
Yep, he was probably a Coptic Christian. They're all over there.
Of course.
And one more thing, and I'll let you go. Who passed away? I've missed both times when the name was said.
Chuck Norris.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He's invincible. That's what I thought.
Well, he whooped the Grim Reaper
He
right
did
after.
whip the Grim Reaper.
Way there.
These people, I watch late night TV on the We Channel or whatever, and I see his commercials all the time. You know, so. But anyway, well, that's just sad. We're losing too many of the good guys.
Agreed.
And I appreciate all of y'all. Eddie, I'm glad to hear you back. And I do listen every day. I don't call in like I should, but I love the show. Appreciate you guys so much, like I said, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed weekend.
You too, Babs. Thanks
Love
for
you,
calling
Babs.
in, hon.
Now, doing a callback here. Jake Tapper,
Yeah.
the guy who pointed out that the Prime Minister of Japan was born many decades after Pearl Harbor and the
gotta be honest,
attack
looking
after
at
Trump
her,
made the.
He didn't need to tell me that.
No, he didn't. He didn't. It's like, Jake, why are you missing the joke? Well, Jake Tapper got the exclusive with Afro Man after he was victorious. Let's listen in.
Mr. Foreman, how are you feeling after this decision by the jury?
Rejoiceful. I feel great. I feel real good. I feel good. I'm happy that freedom of speech and common sense is still around.
Tell us about the lemon pound cake that you mentioned in your
Number
song.
one hit.
Good.
Yes. When I was watching the raid, I was mad about, I was watching the door. I was angry. And one of my fans just happened to put in the comments, watch him watch the lemon pound cake. And then I looked at it and it was kind of funny. And then I put it up on my post. I took his clip. He put his clip in my comments. He did it for me. He put his clip in my comments. So I downloaded his clip. And I didn't really think it was a big deal. But I posted it and people was just going crazy. I'm like, hey, And every time I said lemon pound cake, the comments would run up. It was like this magic word. So we made a song about it, named the album, and it's been working.
That's awesome. That's Americana, right?
It is.
That's Americana,
It is.
man. Southern Ohio.
Yeah, you never know in this day and age. Like, and that's what sometimes gives you whiplash. Is there is so much intense, sobering, somber, morbid. Like, there's so much out there that's just like can fixate your mind on the darkness of this world. And then you get a guy who, Afroman's a trip, dude. But like to see like he was wrongfully done, and to see like people rally around and do it in a way that, yes, is mockery, and some of the other songs are pretty intense in terms of like
but he
calling
gets direct
out.
support from this,
Right. But to see like laughing your way through this, essentially, I kind of love it. Kind of love it.
He was wronged. I mean, this
no
citizen was wronged by the police, and
How frustrated do they have to be? We are going to sue you. Now we're going to
He
sue
should have
you.
been suing them for ethics and taking his money.
Well, the funniest thing was when he went to get the money back. The story was he at the police station. They gave him the money, and they told him, "Hey, it is $400 short, but we didn't steal it. But it's $400 short."
Where'd it go?
And he's like, "Well, if you didn't steal it, where's it at?" "Well, it's not here." And so he said, "Am I going to get it later?" And they all kind of looked at each other like, "This fool was really asking for his money back."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Like, y'all kicked in my door and tore up my house for, like, yeah, the one song that was about you didn't find a kidnapping victim is the kidnapped person in my jacket pockets, because it shows him going through his closet and all this stuff.
And the safes were in the floor, and I think he even called him and told him, he called his ex-wife and gave his ex-wife the combination because they were going to literally tear up his floor to get the safes out.
Man.
He's like, "You don't have to. There's nothing in there. Here's the combinations."
Darn.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, no weed. Didn't
No,
find any
none,
weed.
man. I mean,
which is
you
amazing.
see,
He's
they
smart
were
enough.
going
He's
through
smart
pockets.
enough.
He's
smart
known for always having it on him, too.
He's smart
Like,
enough not to have it. Yeah.
No, and having met him in person, talked to him for a second, like, he's a very
Did you
obviously
take him to
chill.
be that sharp?
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
He's like the whole setup he had, the whole entourage he had, like the way he promotes himself and on small circuits and a lot of ways. Yeah.
And that brand.
There's a it's more than just clever. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of insight to that guy. Like he, it's not promoting always the most wholesome way of living, but he gets a heck of a good time.
Yeah.
There are worse ways to spend
I agree with
your
that.
day than hanging out with Afro Man. Anyway, this is part of the program.
Brought to you by Swisher Sweets.
Yeah, I know. No, brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. Hey, even stoners got to buy houses.
That's right.
Yes, they do, Joey.
And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage. They're ready to help you, especially if you've been procrastinating. You're like, well, I don't think it's the right time, or, well, the news just put out this crazy headline. I don't know if that's the right way for me to go. Or, instead of calling like a great company like Alabama Home Mortgage, maybe I'll go to an online mortgage calculator.
You're fixing to head into disappointment land.
Or I'll let my friends tell me, well, actually, what you need is this amount to put down in order to buy a house. You shouldn't even waste your time. No,
Right.
that's wasting your time.
That is.
Don't fall for the myths. Don't fall for the cheap online calculators. Don't fall for the news headlines. Instead, get in touch. Start the conversation with Kim and Madeline there at Alabama Home Mortgage, whether you're looking to buy a home or refinance that current home. And if you're a veteran, we all know a lot of parts of the VA system are broken, but not the VA mortgage.
VA mortgage, best thing out there, man.
One of the strongest home financing options available, offering benefits like no down payment purchases and 100% cash out refinances. So y'all check out Alabama Home Mortgage today. Again, start that conversation at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender. Well, is Paul?
Yeah, it's Paul.
Paul, how you doing?
What up, Paul?
Joey, Eddie, Troy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Eddie made mention there in the background about Swisher Sweets. I just like, what?
That
No,
was
he
Troy.
didn't.
That was Troy. That was Troy.
They're taking me down this weed infested tunnel. Okay, I smoked it. I didn't inhale. I did not inhale.
Because you had brownies.
Thank you, Bill Clinton.
Troy?
Yes,
do
sir.
You, do you remember Tampa Jewels?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Moonshine
Oh,
Crook?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or I remember people would buy the Moonshine Crooks
Yep.
when it was working construction, and they would chew on them things.
Yes, they would.
They would chew them more than they smoke them.
Yep.
And I'm like, you got another one? I'll buy it from you. Oh, Lord.
I thought you were going to say they just bit him in half and started chewing on
Yep.
him, just chaw, like plug.
I should have left that alone. I got all kinds of greed. Whew. Don't chew on the Moonshine Crook just because you see somebody else doing it.
Oh, okay.
Good advice.
I'm enjoying the show, fellas, and all the content and everybody calling in. I'm back to the FM. Later. Have a
See you,
great
Paul.
weekend.
Bye, Paul.
Good weekend, bro.
Well, we got to hit this break. We'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
"2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
On this first day of spring, officially, the news is good. Warming trend are the key words. Today, very nice with plenty of sunshine. High temperature up to about 78. Not as chilly tonight. Overnight low temperature 54. We've got a storm-free, dry weekend with a high temperature in the lower 80s. Saturday with sunshine. More sun, mid-80s on Sunday. Monday looks nice, high 82 with more sun. Just a little cooler on Tuesday, but a nice day, high 75. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Let's go to Sammy on line 2. Hey, Sam, how you doing?
What up, Sammy?
Gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. I'm doing very well. I'm getting suited up, getting my armor on. I'm going to go outside and start up a little spring maintenance around the farm. You know what I'm saying? In the mower and just little stuff. But before I went outside, I just wanted to sound off the Afro Man story. It is, like Troy said, it's the all-American story. We're seeing justice. Man, you had that little nest of dirty cops. They kicked that door in. They're going to find him something. And they didn't. And, excuse me. But the reason I called, just to remind everyone that our state attorney general, Steve Marshall, from the raids where he raided the hemp shops, and which were selling, they were legally permitted shops, selling legal product at the time, and he took he seized the cash.
Oh, he took all that cash out of them. Yeah.
And the flavor, as that cash, not just the hemp, but he got the cash. Still threatening lawsuits over the over the owners, but
and hasn't given the cash back. I mean, have they broken any laws at this point?
No, sir. Had that. So I'm just recently there's just one couple here in Troy that has the Troy dispensary. And, those are nice people, retired veterans, but no. They, in the newspaper article, I always go back to this. In the interview he did after the raid, he said that the hemp looked too much like marijuana. Okay, that's here in this newspaper.
Let's take that to court.
I don't. We don't hear nothing.
Vodka
about
looks too much like water.
Yes, sir. But I like to call up and have a little fun and whatnot. But that's still ongoing. And the man says he wants to run for Senate, and he's abused his office at one level. Anyway, I'm just leaving it at that.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But join the show. I'm gonna be listening while I cut a little grass. And
all right. Be careful, Sammy.
Good luck out there.
Thank y'all. Thank
See
y'all
you, bro.
very much.
Yeah, I don't really do that anymore, but, put the headphones on, good tunes or good podcasts, just get it done, especially you got to ride a mower, just get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, zero turn.
Though, but that first cut of the year, you do, especially you got a lot to do,
Okay.
you got to be careful.
Troy, you mentioned zero turn. I saw a video today where they have zero turn barrel racing.
Yeah, I've seen
Okay.
it. It's crazy.
Why are we not doing that?
Zero turn barrel racing.
Yes.
Like,
You go to like a barrel racing arena,
Yeah.
like a setup, and you take off with your
That's
zero turn.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Dude, that's crazy. I thought it
don't
was
know about
awesome.
that at all.
That's funny. That's great. I've seen it.
272-9228. So that's 334-272-9228. In a second, we'll get into this last gasp of them trying to get the Save America Act going.
Where are we going to go with that, Joey?
Well, we can start off by having a segue from the Afro Man segment with Senator John Kennedy. But first, let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Well, it's Biloxi Gambler. Listen, y'all had mentioned a couple stories about where the police kept your cash.
Yes, sir.
And there's a dude that he's an investment banker in Birmingham. And he went to Biloxi, played in a poker tournament. Now, his car broke down because it's a BMW. You know,
they're going to break down. Yep.
And so he rented a car, and he was driving back up 65, going back to Birmingham, of course, going through Castleberry, not to speed around there.
Yep.
And, of course, it was after the tournament, so it was late night, and he's in a rental car going through Castle. They ain't got nothing else to do.
They're going to pull you over.
They did, and he had over $40,000 cash in the car. They confiscated it because it's over $10,000 cash, and I mean it's legit money. I mean the guy's got plenty of money, but he'd won it in a poker tournament, and he hadn't got it back yet.
Wow.
It's been 4 years.
Man, that's a travesty.
ridiculous.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
War on cash,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I thought I'd mention that allegory there since that had come up a few times. Yeah, that's just not right.
Ain't right at all.
I agree.
People get shot over that.
Well, they busted or they made them stop in Atlanta. They were picking people up at the gates.
Yeah.
If they felt like you had cash on you, they'd come
take it.
get you and say, "Okay, prove it to me why I ain't taking it." Because most of the time they were taking it right then and there.
Well, I understand about drug interdiction and stuff like that. That's why it's suspicious. Over $10,000, I got it. I can't do business at the bank with over $10,000.
Not without them telling on you.
when I buy a car.
You're right.
I mean, I pay cash for a car. They made me walk over to the bank and get a cashier's check and bring it back.
Yep.
And I said, "Well, take off the price of the cashier's check."
Now that's negotiating.
There you go.
That's right.
That's hard negotiating right there.
No, they paid it out of their pocket.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
See you, bud.
That's great.
So we go from the notorious stoner Afro man to Senator John Kennedy on the floor. And he's the one been pushing, let's get this done through reconciliation. We got a lot of smart lawyers. Why, we can get all sorts of stuff past a parliamentarian. But here is Kennedy again making that case.
Many Americans believe that this was a plot. It was intentional by President Biden and some of my Democratic friends to admit people illegally into America, so that perhaps at some point these folks would be indebted to the Democrats and would vote for them. I'm not saying that's true, but you've been smoking a doobie if you don't think that a lot of Americans don't believe that. They believe this was intentional. Again, I'm not saying it's true. And when we point it out,
Macchiato.
many members of the press
Macchiato.
go catatonic and foam at the mouth and say you can't say that. But they're living in La La Land. A lot of Americans believe that.
Yeah.
And a lot of Americans believe, whether it's accurate or not, that these folks vote today and that they undermine the sanctity of our elections. So that's what the SAVE Act is about. It's about trying to get the American people to trust our elections every year in light of the fact that President Biden and his team, with the concurrence of many of my colleagues in this chamber, admitted millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people into our country.
Yep. And I think, to me, the case is easy to make. It's just the matter of who you're making the case to at a certain point. And, the guy who's really been leading on this is Mike Lee. Mm-hmm. And he recently, he's Mormon, right?
Yeah,
he's
he's
from
Mormon,
Utah.
I think he is, yeah.
And he's very prim and proper about his speech, I believe, and these sorts of things. And, well, he's getting so frustrated, he's using, what's that word, H-E double hockey sticks?
What?
Yeah, he's been saying that on the floor. Really, he's been saying that on the floor. Like, he's just frustrated to no end. But one of the people that's been working with Mike Lee is Alabama's own. Katie?
Yes.
So they did a press conference yesterday. Here is Senator Britt, making her case and saying, here's how the process works.
Well, these gentlemen have covered much of what we need to talk about today, but I want to start by thanking Senator Lee. So Senator Lee got in there on this issue, and he has made sure that people paid attention. This isn't a Republican issue. This is an American issue. When you look at the polling, it is wildly popular amongst Republicans, amongst independents, and amongst Democrats. When you see something like that, I think it's incumbent upon us to actually do something on something like that. And that's exactly what Senator Lee has done with the Save America Act. And today we talk about the heart of that. I appreciate Senator Husted and his work as Secretary of State. He knows this issue front and back. He talked about it, but we want to make sure Americans have faith in their elections. We want to make sure that they are free, fair, and secure. If Americans don't have faith, it undermines the very pillars that hold up our democracy. And we know the best way to do that is to require ID. We do it in the great state of Alabama. And we also say, hey, if for some reason you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Right. We're going to make sure that you have one, because we
remember
also
John Merrill saying
that it is fundamental to actually achieving the American dream. So for many of my colleagues, they have said that this is unattainable for certain segments of the population or certain people, I find that wildly offensive. And I am here today to say that if that is your argument, let's drill down on that. Because you can't rent a home, you can't go to work, you can't shovel snow in New York City without an ID, and you can't get into John Ossoff's campaign event. So I'm pretty sure as we look to try to achieve the American dream, whether that's getting insurance, whether that's getting a car, whether that's signing your kid up for school, you need an ID. So if my colleagues continue to say that there are certain segments of the population that can't get one, why don't we deal with that? Because I want every American, regardless of their zip code, regardless of their background, regardless of their state, to be able to achieve the American dream. And without simple identification, they can't do that. But let's secure our elections. Let's do it now. When you go pick up your ballot, it'll still be there if you have to show your ID before you get it. And I am excited to hear so many of my Democratic colleagues come to the table and say they're for this too. I look forward to watching them follow through with that on the Senate floor. This is the same party that you remember made us have vaccine passports to go out to eat during COVID, and has done so much more infringing on our individual rights. I certainly look forward to them helping to protect one of the most important ones, and that's the right to vote. So thank you for your leadership on this, Senator Lee. I say let's get this done. We're certainly not going to quit until we do.
The president came out this morning saying, the Save America Act must be passed by the Senate. There's nothing more important for the USA. Voter ID, proof of citizenship. Get it done and watch all the good things that will happen, President DJT. Will they actually get it done?
It should be. Well, if they do, which is pathetic, that we have to hope for this when we've all agreed it's 80-20 issue.
Right.
But if they do, they are going to glad hand themselves so much and pat themselves on the back. We came together as a body.
Well, you don't like when they do something good. You don't like when they celebrate.
Not when
them?
it's so good that they're being literally forced to do it, and then they're going to take credit. We came together as a body because we love the American people. A bunch of crap. By the way, her captivation scale today was a 4.
Captivation
scale. Wasn't it very captivating?
No, not at all.
I thought the white gold
It played
cross
for a minute,
on
but
the
then
black was
she started
good.
doing the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, she was calling them out on the COVID thing.
Where was she at, Joe?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, thank
Well, I don't. What? She wasn't even in office.
Didn't hear her on my side, Joey.
Yeah, she wasn't a public figure.
I never even heard her say anything positive about what I was wanting to do, Joey.
What did you want to do?
No vaccines is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
We play this out like human beings instead of Chicken Little.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I've got that good virgin blood. One day y'all going to be calling for people that unvaccinated blood. This fat boy's got.
Oh, I've already gone through a detoxification
It don't matter.
process.
It don't matter, dude. Just call.
Oh no, and honestly, even though you didn't take the vax, to your credit, the jab that is.
Yeah.
You need to go through a detoxification process.
You need to have a colon cleanse.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to have crystals this weekend. So.
Oh God, you definitely need a
Definitely need
detoxification.
some.
And don't use crystals to get the crystals out.
That's the chili cheese fries. That's the secret.
Yeah, don't try to drive out demons by demons.
My demons worse than yours.
I agree. I agree.
Like Mike Lee, you know when he starts using a certain word that he means it.
Yeah. Could that be the real reason? There's got to be a real reason, or maybe it's a category of real reasons. Because it sure as hell isn't about federalism. And it sure as hell isn't about racism
Double
or
down.
misogyny or Jim Crow.
Yeah.
Or any of these bullcrap arguments, Mr. President. I hate to say that word in this chamber, but it's true.
I don't know in the end.
I love it. He was
Actually, I do like a guy who never curses and stuff, and when he gets going, like, what the hell? This is bull crap. And you're like, man, those words sting from that man's mouth.
I remember when I was young, my parents' anger, if they cussed, we knew we were in for it. I mean, we could take a good yelling, but once the cuss words started flying, because they didn't cuss, we knew we were in for it.
Right.
And they felt bad for cussing. We were going to have to pay for it.
And then when you grow up like the son of Pete Rose, you don't know when he's mad. Just dropping F-bombs all over the
Right.
place. You sure when you ask Dad, who is that or what is that, he didn't just whisper your Babylon, son, run away.
Well, that big boobed bimbo that I tried to look at.
Oh, we got to hit this break.
You quickly realized that you were a man at that point, though, did you not? Okay.
Oh, amen.
Funny feelings in my special places.
Give in to him.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
This is Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. We're home to 7 radio stations at a rapidly expanding digital marketing platform, and we're looking for our next great sales professional. At Blue Water, you'll build customized campaigns that include radio and targeted digital marketing solutions. You'll prospect new clients, manage your own accounts, and work in a fast-paced, creative environment. Media or digital sales experience is a plus. Send your resume to jobs@bluewaterbroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Independent Glass has been your one-stop shop for all things glass since 1978. They offer a full range of architectural products, and they're armed with the knowledge and expertise to get even the most demanding job done, big or small. Attention to detail, 24-hour replacement services, and their uncompromising commitment to excellence is why Montgomery's first choice for all things glass is Independent Glass. Call them today at 263-2823 and learn more about what they can do for you at independentglassco.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the studio. Troy Carrico here, too. And before we go to Debbie, this part of the program brought to you by Cohen's Electronics and Appliances.
Yes, sir, Joey.
And they're at Cohen's. They can help you, again, on the electronic or the appliance side.
Or on the grill side, Joey.
They
We
can
got
help you out with
summer
the
here,
grills.
baby.
The grills are pretty great.
That's right.
You want to start cooking out? Now, they have all different types, too. Anybody who's a man understands there are many ways to skin a cat.
Many men
and
do
of course
appreciate
you
a good
could,
grilling.
You could prefer your own particular way, but you could get a smoker, including
Yep.
a pellet smoker, like a Traeger.
Right.
Or you could get like the big green egg, sort of the big ceramic.
Those
like,
are really
things.
nice. I've seen people cook biscuits, literally biscuits on the big green egg.
Or you can get kind of old school charcoal if you love, lighting up
Like
that
that
starter
taste.
charcoal and like that taste,
I
especially
like
on a
that
good
taste.
steak, a good
Charcoal,
juicy
that's-
steak.
just to me, that's
and they
more
have
manly.
the Napoleon grills with those where you can like sear it at like 500 degrees,
Ooh,
sort of
wow.
thing too. Pretty cool.
Now, I think the coolest thing, and Justin's got one, is you can put it on there, and I guess it's a Traeger. You put it on there and forget about it. He's got an app
Yeah,
on
the
his
Traeger's
phone.
great. Yeah,
that's cool.
That he just
my brother and my father have them.
and
They're great. It's
are they
pretty
a
awesome.
manly man's grill?
Yeah, I
Joey?
would say yes.
Yeah. I like
Yes,
it because they got a big, also their big emblem right in it.
especially when we smoked cream cheese.
Which is delicious, by the way.
It's amazing. Yeah, treat it like a piece of meat, like season it like it's
Yes.
barbecue, and it's freaking
amazing.
awesome.
We take a quail and we take dove and we stuff it with cream cheese, smoke it, put some jalapeno, sweet jalapeno in there.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
So, yeah, you often think of TVs and sound systems and refrigerators.
Entertainment there, man.
Furniture, they got
dryer
everything.
furniture.
Yep.
But
Massage
don't
chairs.
forget the grills there at Cohen's. Just stop by today. Of course, you can always shop online at thinkcohens.com or call them up at 277-8890. But I'd say just stop by. 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. They're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And find Michael and be like, hey, I heard Joey and Eddie and Troy, those fellas, talking about grills and
manly
all the things.
grills.
I want to buy a manly grill from you,
right.
Michael.
Cream cheese.
Be sure you tell them we sent you. We actually got to hit our top of the hour break here. Debbie, hold on. Others, hold on. 272-9228. We'll be back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump continues to berate NATO allies for their refusal to join the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran. NATO and European leaders have rejected President Trump's demand that they join the fight. Those leaders have said that it's not Europe's war and that they don't want to be drawn into a broader conflict. CBS News says it's shutting down its radio news service after nearly a century of operations as part of a round of layoffs at the company. The radio service was a precursor to the entire CBS network when it began operation back in September of 1927. The Trump administration says that the Department of Education is handing off a portion of its student loan portfolio to the Treasury Department. That's part of the administration's attempt to eventually dismantle the Education Department altogether. On Wall Street, the Dow right now off by 406 points. This is SRN News.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free, no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-292-7875.
Rich Thomas Weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We are now officially into spring, and the nights are starting to moderate, and the daytimes are warmer. Mostly clear skies tonight. Overnight low temperature falls to about 54. Tomorrow is a very nice day with a high temperature on Saturday up to about 82. More sunshine, mid-80s on Sunday. Even Monday is a beautiful day with a high around 82. And just a few degrees cooler on Tuesday with a high in the mid-70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
1819 News.
The Alabama House has passed a bill this week that closes the primary election process for both state parties. State Representative Ernie Yarbrough sponsored the bill, which passed with a 63-35 vote. The bill requires voters to register within the political party they wish to align with in order to cast a vote in that party's primary. A primary is the process of selecting a candidate to run and represent that party in the general election for an elected office. The ability to switch parties would not be allowed 60 days before a primary election. Democrats all voted against the measure, with Minority Leader Anthony Daniels saying that Democrats don't want to close their primaries. State Senator Sam Givan is taking up sponsorship of the bill in the state Senate. There are 6 days left in the Alabama legislative session. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Brian Dawson here, CEO of 1819 News. I'm also the host of 1819 News, the podcast, and we'd love for you to join us by listening to our weekly show on all the top podcast apps, both in audio and video format. At 1819 News, the podcast, we are in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama. Every week, we're having important conversations with guests from across this great state, all with the goal of equipping Alabamians to be in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama with us. New episodes are released weekly. I hope you'll join us.
A trial will begin at the end of this month for a former teacher at Faith Academy in Mobile. 37-year-old Jonathan Sowers is accused of having a sexual relationship with a student under the age of 18. The relationship was discovered when the teenage girl was reported missing by her parents. Sowers was offered a plea deal in this case, but did not accept it. The Food and Drug Administration is issuing a recall of 170 million alcohol prep pads due to potential microbial contamination. The prep pads are produced by Cardinal Health 200 and distributed throughout the U.S. I'm Andrea Tyson.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader. Troy Carrico here in the studio. In a second, we're going to get to op-ed Troy penned for 1819 News. And quite a good one that, if you didn't read it, you need to hear it. We got some calls, some patient folks here. Let's go to Debbie. Hey, Debbie.
Hi. I have a big question I hope you guys can help me with. My Democratic friend has been flashing the red alert about the SAVE Act. Mm-hmm. Basically, her problem is that women will be disenfranchised because if they get married, their name changes, they have to have their birth certificate
Right.
in order to prove who they are.
Right.
Well, I'm one that has no birth certificate because I've lost mine.
Do you have a
and
cell
I'm
phone?
going to have to. I do.
Do you
and
have
it's in
internet
Florida.
connection?
I do, and it's
Right.
in Florida, and I've done this before, but it does take time. So what I am concerned with, and I'm going to do what I got to do, don't get me wrong, one way or the other. What I'm concerned with is the amount of time that women will have to get their birth certificates, especially if it's out of state, in time for the election. Well, I'm going to be proactive. Let's say it's already passed in my mind. I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and get it, okay? So I'm protected. But what about all these women that are sitting on the fence saying, well, we're going to see? Now, do they have a provision to help mediate the situation? I'm just wondering. I mean, what can we do to help calm the fires of these women? Because, like
nothing.
I said, I do have some. Okay.
Angry women.
Well,
Right.
right. Well,
Hell
I'm
hath
just
no
going
fury
to.
like an angry woman.
Strong, manly leadership. I'm sure they'd love that.
Right. You guys are really helping out with this. Really. Oh, no. Well, we could be in Germany where the man takes the woman's name and then it would be double down.
Yeah,
We're not that soft.
We could try indulging them. I'm sure that'll make them happy.
Yeah, right. But no, I'm just saying that really and truly in my mind, now this is me talking here, okay?
Okay.
They should just go ahead and say, all right, ladies that are concerned, please go get your birth certificate. Be prepared just in case. Don't get caught with your pants down, as the old saying goes.
Right.
Just like I'm planning on doing, be proactive, just in case. It's a necessary thing. You know it's coming. Do what you got to do.
Right.
You know?
Go ahead and pull
And
up your
they really
pants. Don't risk it.
Right.
Right, and they really need to, and this is me again, just tell these people that are having to get birth certificates, don't charge them for that. I know I'm going way over the top with that one, but I'm just saying, it might make
Yeah,
things
and
a
I don't
little
know. I
bit
haven't looked at
easier.
all the provisions of this particular bill, but yeah, I think it's an excuse not to do it at all. Is more why this is being presented.
Right. And I'm just looking at it as, okay, the time frame is going to make it difficult for people to swallow. Just go ahead and say, okay, just act like it's done. It's a done deal. Protect yourself. Be proactive. Get it. Be done with it. And be happy that you did what you had to do in time. You know?
There you go.
Okay. That's my little vent.
Thank you,
I just wanted
Debbie.
to throw that out. You're welcome. Y'all have a good day, okay?
You too. Let's go to Keith. Hey, Keith, how are you doing?
Hey guys, hey Joey, hey, what's going on, Troy?
Hey, Keith. That's Keith from the River Regions Veteran Council. What's going on, man?
That's the same. Yes, I just wanted to call in today and let y'all know about our upcoming meeting on Monday.
Yep.
Our monthly meeting for March, and it's going to be a good one.
Yep.
We're going to have April Turner from the Traumatic Brain Injury leading expert for Alabama be our guest speaker.
Awesome.
And I'm expecting a really, really good presentation from her.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we've got, and it seems like every time I go, we get more and more attendees. It's been pretty good. You guys have done a great job with this.
Well, I appreciated your words in 1819 News, Troy. That was a fantastic write-up you did for us.
I had to pull some punches too, if you know what I mean, Keith.
Yeah. Well, it was a good article.
Thank you,
And
sir.
I think you called it as it was. You called a spade in there regarding the state and KIV and the leadership in the House and the SB 67 and all that mess.
Don't forget Admiral Davis.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, how do you fix it? I mean, they screwed it up so bad.
I know they did.
And anybody who was following SB 67 knew it was going to happen. Should not be a big surprise. But, man, I mean, just to left and right ignore the veterans and this veteran center that's opened and ignore us and only bring in the leaders of corporations and have a big photo op.
Non-veterans.
Like you said.
Yeah, non-veterans, man. Not a single veteran standing up there.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And yeah, okay, so they're trying to play cover up and invite us now after the fact to the grand opening, but I don't know. It seems like it's a pretty stupid organization they've created.
That's what that article's about. Yep.
We're going to hear that here in a second.
Yep. All right.
But Troy, you also got a great one on the Muslim problem. I enjoyed reading that.
That's the one that I couldn't publish at 1819 News, but is on Substack with the ultimate relocation solution.
I tell you, that is a mess that there ever has been, and I don't see it improving anytime soon.
Tommy Tuberville tells it that way, doesn't he?
Yes,
tells
he
us
does.
every day what he thinks about it.
I mean, how do you? I don't know. I mean, it's like they're entrenched, and they're so placed in our society now. How do you fix it?
They only understand one dialect, Keith, and that's the sword.
Yeah, I agree. Extreme force.
They do not appreciate. They view our reasoning and our accoutrements of negotiating and talking as weakness, and that's what the Arab does. So,
I believe that entirely. And it's like our elected officials just don't seem to get it. They think they can negotiate with these animals.
What percentage of like Alabama is Muslim?
It's a good question.
Like I see this more as an immigration issue at this point.
It really is. It really
has
is.
to be almost.
Let's see here.
Maybe 10% at most.
I don't think it's 10%. I think
that.
it's about 3, maybe 2%. I'm going to guess, but we'll see here. Yeah. But anyways, you're right, Keith. It's a true dilemma, and it's one that we're going to have to deal with sooner or later. And sooner, what is it that Churchill said, Joey? It's better to deal with the problem now when you can deal with it than wait till afterwards and you can't. So,
yeah. Well, I think I commented back to your article that the mosque, the police cannot go into or won't go into them. And I'm sure they're a treasure trove of weapons.
Yep. That's where they stage from. Yeah, that's staging centers. And by the way, the population is about 0.5 to 1%. So we'll call it 7. We'll call it 0.75% of the population is Muslim in Alabama.
Right.
Very troubling.
Yep.
And
I'll see you on Monday, though. I'll see you on Monday for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Well, it'll be a good meeting.
Yep.
I'm excited about it.
Cool.
So we just continue to grow, and we continue to try to raise funds.
Yep.
And just welcome all the support.
Man, you've done a great job. You, the Admiral, and your partners there. You've done an outstanding yeoman's job, and we're proud of you.
Well, it's a great thing to be involved in.
Yeah, it is.
And to be a benefit to the veteran community.
Cool.
So.
All right, Keith. Well, we appreciate the call, and I will see you on Monday.
Great. Well, great talking to you guys. You have a great weekend.
Thanks, Keith. Let's go to Soldier Boy. Hey, Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, bud.
What's up?
Hey, I would say drop down and give me 10, but I know Troy's probably the only one that can do 10 down there.
I can do.
I can stay down for hours on end. Last night I got 8 hours of sleep.
I can probably do more than you.
I can do them until you get tired. That's what they used to say. Remember that? Do them until I get tired, and they'd walk away.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah.
This is basically directed towards you, Troy.
Yeah.
I use the word fracking, okay? Like fracker, you know?
I know what you're talking about. Fragging or fracking?
Fracking.
Okay, you're not fragging. You're not killing an officer. Okay, I got you. All right.
Okay, I'm fracking pissed that an F-35 got shot down by a Dollar General missile from Iran. Are you kidding me?
Every blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
I was going to say, come on, man.
No. It's the top of the line F-35 stealth. So much for stealth.
Yeah, well, when you're flying low missions like that, you can get popped. I mean, it happens.
Yep.
They probably had spotters. What they did is they probably had spotters out around this facility for miles, and they radio back that there's inbound coming, and then they're waiting for them, ambush them.
So they got guys with walkie-talkies Like they do in the hood when they have police come in for drugs.
Same thing, man. Same thing.
Same
thing. Advance warning.
So, do you know how much that F-35 costs the taxpayers?
$35 million.
Oh, God, it's just, you pay all this money for this stealth technology. That means you can't see me, like you said, unless you had a visual spotter, you know?
Well, I think that's what it was.
You can't pick it up on radar, right? It's stealth.
Depends on what the loadout is, but yeah, I would listen. Think of all the missions that have been flown, and that's the only hit. Okay,
I go with the blind squirrel finds a nut,
that's what I'm
man.
saying. I'm okay with it. We'll get through it.
It's just that shot up in the air and it hit the right spot.
Well, you know, it's just so sad about it is, okay? I'm glad, two things I'm really happy about. I'm happy the plane made it back.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that the pilot was safe when he landed.
Amen.
Okay, so I got to give him credit on that.
Yep.
So it must have not been hit that bad. A wing or a fuselage or maybe a tail or something got hit.
Yeah.
Enough for him to land that aircraft safely.
Right on. That was good training, and we kept the crew, and that's the most important. That's the most valuable resource of it. So,
Have you heard anything story about? I'm starting to hear things about the KC-135 crash. Okay.
Yeah, I am too.
That it all happened in the midst of refueling another aircraft.
Yep. Well.
So it was friendly refuel.
Well, here's what I understand. Colonel Holland told me about. He's you know him, Joey. He has refueled dozens and dozens of times in a B-52 behind KC-135s, and he said that the formation for KC-135s when they're doing a mass fueling like that is 1,100 feet above and about a mile off to either the left or right side of the aircraft. So somewhere in there, it got convoluted and they got tangled up. And fog of war. It's the fog of war.
One of those planes made it back, though, right?
One did. Sheared the tail, but it made it back.
I was Troy. I was working at the alert facility during the Cold War. Okay.
Yeah.
When we had our KC-135s on standby 24/7, 365 alert.
Sure.
And a couple of times we had to run them out on the runway, tail to nose, and tight, and they had to practice that because it's dangerous, I guess, taking off that close together upside somebody's backside.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. You're basically a mobile fuel avgas, JP8 flowing through the air.
It's flammable.
Yep.
Yeah, and I tell you, I remember one time we got a call from NADSCOM, and I couldn't get the damn safe open, that GSA safe, I swear.
The GSA-TS safe, right? Yeah.
Well, I Colonel Cruciani, who was the flight commander of the whole crew, right? Of all the planes on the alert facility that shift, right? And he's like, so before he says, because we have different, I guess they have different codes. Some were just touch and go. Some would just line up, turn the engines on, drop the nets, and practice. And sometimes we got ones that are real deals. We had to break the codes, right?
Yeah.
And he says, I'm waiting. I'm feeling that there's ballistic missiles in Russia landing towards us, and Soldier Boy can't get the damn safe open.
You're too slow. You're just too slow.
I was kicking it. I was doing everything I could to get it because you got to get in there.
Yep. Eddie said that he sleeps safe knowing that you were on watch with that safe.
Yes, I do sleep very safe knowing that, and obviously it was for a good reason.
You're okay. Yep.
Colonel Street's a true Italian, okay? And he was like, anytime, Sergeant Soldier Boy, you want to get those running, I got 15 planes out here on the on the parking deck, okay?
Nothing like a little pressure.
Yeah, no pressure for me. No.
You're an NCO. You're an NCO. You're an NCO. That's what you eat that for breakfast.
That was non-commissioned officer with a TSA safe.
There you go, man. There you go. I got you, brother. You're important.
That thing would not open up, and I couldn't get through the code.
I bet you had a bunch of keys on a keychain, too.
Oh, yeah. He jingled when he walked. You know he did.
People don't understand. The Cold War was scary. Let me tell you, because you never knew it was going to be the real deal.
No, you're right.
And guess what got to land the following week? The coolest thing got to land: space shuttle. Unbelievable.
Man, that's unbelievable.
I guess because of the weather or something.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing. You talk about security lockdown and the
I'm sure of it. Yeah.
When But that thing, it does not look like it can fly, you know?
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't.
Yep.
All right, guys.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, brother. Yep.
Story time with Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy. He's got a good story.
Yeah.
So, you ready to share this
I
with
am,
folks?
sir. I am.
It came out earlier in the week.
That came, I think on Wednesday. Yeah. It's called A Tale of Two Veterans Affairs Photos. And for those of you that are following along listening, there's a picture of the new ribbon cutting by Meemaw. And there's Andrew Jones, chubby Andrew Jones. There I see him. Hey, Andrew. And all these people getting their photo op.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are veterans. This is the new Veterans Resource Center brought to you by Alabama Power.
Shocker.
Right. Now, here we go. A picture's worth 1,000 words. And two recent pictures tell very revealing tales about the state of Alabama's Veterans Affairs. The first photo was captured, the one I was talking about with all the politicians, captured February 18th, shows the grand opening of the new Alabama Veterans Resource Center. During a choreographed ribbon-cutting ceremony, no representatives of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, no representatives from the Alabama Department of Veterans Affairs, and no veteran service organizations whatsoever, or any nonprofit that serves veterans are in that photo. Instead, it almost exclusively features politicians, some who did immeasurable damage to Alabama veterans in 2025 via their hasty push to pass SB 67. That bill horribly politicized Alabama's previously effective Veterans Affairs mechanisms in retaliatory fashion, which may explain the perceived need for this ostentatious photo op. Curiously, the photo also puts the CEO of controversial Alabama Power front and center. Veterans are still trying to figure out what, if any, veteran expertise Alabama Power brings to this picture. Perhaps personal photo ops are needed to overcome public concern over the company's alleged corruption. Many state veterans are scratching their heads regarding what this photo and its optics are really about. No one seems able to explain what this center will actually do for veterans. How will it serve more than a handful of veterans willing to venture into downtown Montgomery? How will it be funded through millions of taxpayer dollars have already been spent? Why is it not part of the ADVA? Why is its board largely made up of non-veterans and CEOs and so on? It would have been nice if the grand opening included some veteran involvement, but I find no community-based veterans in any event photos. Those who planned this event must be tone deaf to the messaging it sends to an already skeptical veteran community that will vote in 2026. As a side note, I've been trying to get answers about this mysterious new AVRC, as they call it, the Vet Center, and other issues involving state spending on Veterans Affairs. I have posed multiple emails of series of questions to the ADVA's Public Affairs Office and to some of the senior management on those topics, but those far my questions have gone unanswered. So much for Ivy's promise to make state government more transparent. On February 23rd, another photo celebrated a cake cutting in Montgomery for the first anniversary of Keith, who was just calling us, River Regions Veterans Coalition, a nonprofit organization that serves veterans without a dime of taxpayer money, made up of dozens of public and private sector organizations. You can find that group photo linked in my article as well. I see not a single politician in that photo, but I do see over 20 public, private sector organizations represented and many, many veterans. Other event photos show senior officials from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, disabled veterans, spouses of veterans, and many from all walks of life who support veterans in so many ways. The first anniversary of our RVC was a milestone. It was in its first year, a steady 30 to 40 government and private select sector organizations have participated in its efforts to disseminate information and assistance to veterans. Our RVC has held large informational meetings every month featuring prominent guest speakers with local chapters of veteran service organizations such as the Air and Space Forces Association, the American Legion, the Disabled American Veterans, the Marine Corps League, the Military Officers Association of America, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and Vietnam Veterans of America in attendance. Government agencies such as the Marine Corps, the Alabama National Guard, and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs have also participated, along with many private sector organizations. Along the way, RRVC achieved nonprofit status and completed notable projects such as food collections for Airman's Attic at Maxwell Air Force Base, Operation Iron Ruck assistance, and the publication of an information book for kids that educates readers on Alabama's vet military legacy. RRVC has also established information booths at numerous veteran-related public fairs around the state, all with no taxpayer dollars. The state has not even offered to assist RRVC in any of its efforts. Instead, it seems intent on using the new AVRC to supplant existing private sector organizations effectively serving the state's veterans. The contrast in these two photos is amazing and indicates that our leaders just don't get it when it comes to serving veterans. The private sector is much more efficient at helping veterans. Indeed, veterans helping fellow veterans is the best means of serving this community.
Here.
On one final paragraph. 1819 News CEO Brian Dawson did a recent podcast focusing on how much more effective and efficient the private, particularly nonprofit sector is, and how it almost always offers better solutions than wasteful, misguided state programs. It never ceases to amaze me that our elected leaders, including alleged conservatives, continue to spout a mantra that they favor reduced government and support the private sector. Yet they never seem to follow through on that philosophy, especially when it comes to the veteran community. I am sure that some think they are helping the veteran community, but they're doing the opposite. Good intentions get photo ops, but the road to hell is indeed paved extensively by them at taxpayer expense.
Here.
There you go.
Yeah, very frustrating. And I remember watching the whole saga from the beginning of where they threw Kent Davis out.
You remember that.
And, they get what they want. They get their their photo ops.
Sure they do.
But there you go.
2026 elections, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how people here in the state actually respond. Dick Brubaker? Yep. Let's go to line one. We got Dick Brubaker on the line. Hey, how are you, sir?
How you doing, bud?
Hey, thanks for taking the call. Listen, I have enjoyed this program. You and I have talked about the way Admiral Davis was treated many times on your program.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good that y'all are talking about the retaliatory, and that was the perfect word. The legislature retaliated against Admiral Davis by making the Veterans Affairs Department an appointed position, and they're doing the same thing in energy with the PSD.
You ain't kidding.
I mean, this legislature knows nothing about small government or conservatism or anything else. I mean, this is the worst legislature in my memory.
I agree.
It's a shame. How did this happen? How is it that I guess it's still the old party, whatever label they want to slap on themselves, is still running thing?
I'll tell you how it happened. When they strong-armed that gas tax through in 2019, and not a single Republican who ran on low taxes and voted for that fuel tax got beat in the next quadrennium, not one. Since then, it's been Katie bar the door. I mean, the ADM bill, the way they handled this PSD issue, the way they handled Admiral Davis and the Veterans Affairs, they think they are absolutely immune, and that the public is so uninformed and so apathetic that they'll never be called to account for anything, no matter how egregious it is.
I think some of them, Dick, are going to be quite surprised in 2026. With all the veteran activism that I've been doing with the Admiral. I know that we're going to take him to task.
I hope you're right. I mean, I tell you, regular families, working Alabamians, don't have a prayer with this governor.
Oh, we don't. You ain't kidding, man. Nope.
So anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the call. Thank you so much.
We appreciate your input.
Always good to hear from you.
Yes, it is.
We've got to hit another break here. Also seeing the Senate did this whole thing, I learned from Jeff Poore. The Senate, the Alabama Senate, adjourned on Thursday after hours of delay and filibuster by Democrats, blocking votes on bills like why are you letting them do this?
I thought they were not going to do that anymore.
Democrats blocking votes on bills relating to changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. The Ten Commandments school displays, and a bill requiring post-election audits, which I think is a good bill. State Senator Pro Tem Garland Gudger said the bills will be brought back up after the lawmakers return from spring break, which, by the way, I haven't had a spring break since high school. It is high school down there.
Oh, it's worse than that, dude. It's the playground in 6th grade. It's literally the playground.
Goodness gracious. But under Senate rules, members have wide latitude to delay and question bills on the floor. Filibustering is a tactic used by Senate Democrats to slow down bills they oppose. Republicans have a supermajority and sometimes use cloture, a motion to end debate on a bill, while Democrats do not. A cloture motion takes 21 votes to pass. No cloture motions were made on Thursday. So the point of that thing I just read is they don't have to let the Democrats do this and waste a bunch of time.
No, they don't.
But they're like, well, we got spring break next week. Let's just, we're done for the week.
Earlier in the year, they said they weren't going to put up with this kind of behavior anymore.
Yeah. Well, Democrats usually respond to a cloture vote by attempting to slow Senate business even further. On the Gulf of America bill,
what is wrong with that?
Senate Minority Leader Bobby Singleton of Greensboro, Alabama, said on the Senate floor during debate, I got folks lined up to talk about this bill. If we're clotured on it, then we're just going to burn the House down for the rest of the day and the next week and the week after that and go on spring break, still going to be burning it down during spring break and come back in 5 days with the budget, burn it down and have it read at length, Singleton said. Burn it down, cloture me on it, going to be a long last few days. So pick your poison, pick your poison. We're going to talk about this for a while. The Gulf of Mexico should remain the Gulf of Mexico. Classic, pardon me, Bobby Singleton getting passionate about a thing that really doesn't matter all that much.
Really doesn't. Mm-hmm. But hey, I can slow down progress.
Because Trump did it.
Yeah, and
Trump did it.
I keep my name out there. And, yeah, this really helps people.
There are 6 legislative days left in the 2026 session, which doesn't, by the way, mean like it's less than a week left.
Ooh, that means
like those days are stretched out, like so they get next week off.
Yeah, well, spring break.
And then you'll get a few more legislative days, and I think you get a few more after another week after that.
How much money you want to put on the fact that after this spring break, somebody's going to come back with an incredible idea of a bill that they can just squeeze in right before the end of the session?
Well, just wriggle it in there.
The good idea fairy will be.
Yes, the good idea / check fairy. Yeah, exactly. Went and played some golf.
Yeah, they do on occasion. There are like a few like small things that get done. And you're like, good. I'm glad that got done. And then there's the things like what happened with Veterans Affairs, where it's like that's astounding.
That's not astounding. That's
astounding.
Criminal.
Like
just criminal.
Yeah, it really is, man.
And then it's like, if it's not boring, it's just stupid. And this right here,
that's just.
It's just stupid.
That's a child that can't get their way. You know they can't get their way, so I'm going to ruin the trip for everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be right back after this. You got to get out of here?
Yeah, well, I got about 20 minutes.
All right, cool.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
You can't control interest rates, you can't control housing inventory, and you definitely can't control what the national news decides to panic about this week. But here's what you can control. You control your timing. You decide when it's the right time to buy, when it makes sense to refinance, and when to tap into your equity to renovate, invest, or consolidate debt and free up monthly cash flow. Real estate decisions aren't one size fits all, and they shouldn't be driven by headlines or social media noise. They should be based on your goals, your finances, and your life. The smartest moves happen when you focus on what you can control and work with someone who helps you see the full picture. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a political activist.
That's right, man.
And could you please explain to us your red cap with the letters MMRGA?
Yeah, man, this is my MARGA hat.
MARGA?
Yeah, man, that stands for Make My Retirement Great Again.
I see.
And to do that, what you need to do is call David Ernest,
the asset preservationist.
That's right, man. You can call David at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
And I understand that's a toll-free number.
Yeah, man. Get David Ernest on the case, and your retirement will be great again.
And you make these hats?
I do. Here's a whole pile left from the last administration.
And they say CPWABD.
Yeah, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude.
And as you said, there's a whole pile here.
Well, there wasn't much demand.
I can dig it.
The 22nd Annual Autism Crawfish Boil benefiting Easter Seals of Central Alabama is April 11th at Riverwalk Stadium. Proceeds from this fun family event benefit autism programs at Easter Seals of Central Alabama. Enjoy all-you-can-eat crawfish, live music, and even a baseball game. The Autism Crawfish Boil, April 11th at Riverwalk Stadium. Stay and eat or grab them to go. Scan or visit mudbugball.com to purchase tickets and get info on curbside pickup.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Let me tell you about one of my favorite restaurants in Montgomery, Sinclair's. For decades, Sinclair's has been the perfect destination for an us moment, a quick lunch with friends, or a fabulous dinner out. From mouth-watering steaks, fresh Gulf seafood from Destin Connection, pasta dishes, crisp salads, along with great burgers, wings, and sandwiches, Sinclair's is unequaled in the river region. Open for lunch at 11 every day with daily lunch and dinner specials, and don't forget Sunday brunch. The normal menu along with shrimp and grits, eggs Benedict, country breakfast from 10 to 2 on Sunday. Sinclair's is the perfect place to dine. Gather with friends at the bar and enjoy life with live music every Wednesday through Saturday. Planning for a large group, Sinclair's can handle your group up to 60 downstairs to full catering for hundreds off premises with their special catering menu. Sinclair's on Vaughn at Taylor. Sinclair's, a Montgomery tradition for over 30 years. Sinclair's.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Go to work for a family that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders is looking for experienced dump truck drivers. Call them today, 855-777-9785. Drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and be part of the family.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We are now officially into spring, and the nights are starting to moderate, and the daytimes are warmer. Mostly clear skies tonight. Overnight low temperature falls to about 54. Tomorrow is a very nice day with a high temperature on Saturday up to about 82. More sunshine, mid-80s on Sunday. Even Monday is a beautiful day with a high around 82. And just a few degrees cooler on Tuesday with a high in the mid-70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Boomer T. Hey, Boomer.
Man, I'm digging the funk to them boomers. Ain't like a cold beer, a fat hooter, big old bass late at night. Hey, no, look here. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. The beautiful Lake Jordan is rocking and rolling, man. I mean, look here. I went out there. Let me tell you how great I feel, y'all. I went out to Lowe's, man, bought me a bunch of plants and planted me a whole bunch of plants down there.
All right.
Let me tell you this crazy. But let me tell you, hey, Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, brother. I love you, man. Life's great. But let me tell you how crazy story.
y'all know about the pineapple, right? Upside down, crooked, or sideways.
I've heard a rumor or two about that.
Yeah, okay, well, check this out, man. So, well, we got a new grocery store up here in Wetumpka. The initials are PW. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so I walk up in there, and I'm looking around there, and I'm shopping, and I ain't going to lie to you. I'm 60 going on 64 years old. I'm still looking good. I'm still solid, still with sex appeal. I promise you that.
Woo!
And so I'm sitting there, boy, and next thing I know, these two old ladies push the buggy in there, and they get to talking, and we get to talk about produce, about, the tomatoes and everything. I said, this one lady, she looked over, she said, pick someone, she said, pick this pineapple apple. She said, oh, look, only $1 for a pineapple. All right, well, that's pretty good little deal. I said, I think I'm going to get a box of pineapple. And she just keeps turning this pineapple and, turning it, twisting it. She goes, but it's only $1. $1. It's only $1. And I was like, hey, wait, no. I said, well, I really need a pound. And I walked off, and that one lady said, I told you, Wilma, he wouldn't be involved in none of that stuff like that. I like to fell out. Them two old ladies were trying to get me to do the pineapple with.
Wait, is this like a sex thing?
It's something about if you're it's supposed to be you go on a cruise ship or something, man. If somebody wears a pineapple shirt, it's supposed to be some kind of they want you to swing with them and stuff.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Joey, did you have a pineapple shirt at one time?
Yeah, but I didn't know it meant that.
Well,
talk about open up a portal to hell.
Well, see, but I've heard it before, so I came home and I Googled it. Yeah, look it up on that. And I thought, these daggone two old women out here in the grocery store. And I thought, I've always heard if you go pick up somebody, you pick them up in the grocery store. I'm thinking, these two old ladies, and he's trying to pick up. Here I am. Oh, my God. But anyway, I thought it was funny. Somebody out there got it, Joey. I'm sorry. I did the best I could to bring joy and laughter to your life for one freaking Friday, okay?
Well, you did.
But no. You know what, Joey? I love you, brother, and I love your music, Eddie, and Troy. That's his name. Isn't your name Troy?
That's Troy.
Yep, it's T-Roy.
T-Roy.
See that, boy? See that right there?
Yeah.
Well, Boomer
anyway, guys, look here. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too, Boomer T.
And I want to say one thing. Everybody, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for all your sayings. And I tell you what, man, the lake's going to rock and roll, and I can't wait to see you. And when I see you, man, let me tell you something. The lake is beautiful, 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 and God is great.
Amen.
Jesus is awesome. Man, y'all have a great weekend, and God bless America, and I'll see you when I see you.
See you, brother.
See you, brother. It really is beautiful outside. This is the way we better enjoy it. Better thank God for it because the summer's coming.
I looked down yesterday, Joey. It was like 76 and 30% humidity. I was like, that's pretty good, man.
Not bad right there. Let's go to Chicken Man. Hey, Chicken Man.
Well, I was going to tell you, did you know that when Chuck Norris was born, that he slapped the doctor and took the scissors and cut his own cord?
That's
wow.
great.
I didn't know that, but I believe it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, of course, he died yesterday, but
yeah,
the memories, that everybody will have of him, a great man, and great movies, and,
yep,
so, and of course, everybody, should, live up to his, not only as an actor or star, but his personal standards.
Oh, definitely.
Here.
I mean, it's just something. Even Trump. I mean, who everybody wants to be a Trump or a Chuck Norris.
Well, and he did pass away at 86. I also heard that right after he passed, the Grim Reaper immediately got his ass kicked. And then after entering the Pearly Gates, Norris immediately enlisted in the heavenly hosts in the army to fight the devil and his demons. So I think God brought up a good warrior today.
Yeah, he did.
He did, yes, exactly. Well, another point I was going to bring up, of course, the Democrats, it just seems like they just fighting, trying to fight that war against Trump. And it just seems like they're just getting nowhere with their war that they're doing. When are they going to stop and at least give it up?
They ain't.
They're not.
They ain't.
Right.
Unfortunately, they ain't.
They run on hatred.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Right. And I mean, I just can't understand, what is their effort? It's nonsense. And of course, Trump, I think he's just waiting for that opportunity that he's going to put the knife in their back, and bring it on to them.
Yep.
Though I would love the counterintuitive if Trump especially succeeds on certain political fronts to be like, we have a new program, folks. It's called Hug a Democrat.
Hug a Dem.
They need love. They say they love love, and I want to love them.
Yeah.
So hug a Democrat.
I don't think they're going to take that very well.
I know they've got some good points. I'm sure somewhere in there they've got some good points they can bring up, but we're all not. None of us, perfect Republicans or Democrat.
Right.
Even as just Americans, we're not perfect.
Agreed.
We y'all have a good day.
You too, Chicken Man. See you, bro.
Now, there's a story here.
We got a story,
Might
dude.
as well say it's brought to you by Pest Pro Services.
Okay.
Now, this particular superbug, like a little insect, has not yet been spotted in Alabama, but it's been spotted in states all around us.
Oh, boy.
Hand-sized, and you got to wonder, like, little hands or Wilt
Shack
Chamberlain
hands? What are we doing here?
hand-sized spider from Asia that can travel by air. It can fly, is expanding its U.S. web presence, penetrating deeper into the country than ever with the potential to invade the Northeast. This golden arachnid, dubbed the Joro spider, originally hails from East Asia but was spotted in Georgia in 2013 and after hitching a ride on a shipping container, according to Scientific American. Since then, the 8-legged invader has swept across the U.S., rearing its fanged head in 12 states, including Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, California, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and most recently Mississippi, which makes me think we probably got some around here.
Yeah, the itsy-bitsy Juro spider.
Look at that thing.
Okay, it looks like one of those banana spiders, I think.
Yeah.
They could catch, I've even seen them catch hummingbirds, but these can bite me.
It looks like a golden orb, the kind of garden spiders. Yeah, I think I've seen that one in my pasture.
Goodness
I didn't
gracious.
know he could fly, though.
Yeah, that's the part I wouldn't...
There are also been sightings in Maryland and Massachusetts, while the species has even been forecast to take over New York and New Jersey in the near future, although that invasion is yet to materialize. However, their range is expected to grow after the spring when the arachnids hatch. That's when the not-so-itsy-bitsy spiders will start ballooning, during which the Juro deploys silk parasail-like strands so they can be borne aloft by the wind, which can carry them anywhere from a few feet to across oceans. They fly across, the spiders fly across oceans.
That's
You know how
that's
spiders
no
drink,
way.
don't you, Joey?
That can't be. That came through some freight or something. Had to be.
No, I mean...
It flies
spiders-
across the ocean. Come on.
There's a good draft.
Good draft.
You better catch the jet stream, baby.
But you know how spiders drink already. They lower themselves into either your mouth while you're asleep.
And
they drink from
denoted
your
by
mouth.
their bright yellow body with blue stripes and red markings, the female Juro spider can grow up to 4 inches, about as big as a human palm, and while their male counterparts are about half that size and brown. Sad. They reach their full size in late summer and fall when they start looking for mates. The female Juros ensnare prey, including unlucky males, using large golden or yellow-hued orb webs.
Wow.
Perhaps most shocking is how well the species has adapted to life in U.S. cities.
Well, everybody loves the U.S.
According to a study by the University of Georgia's Odom School of Ecology, the species tolerates the urban cacophony better than other animals, which, along with preternatural cold tolerance, allows the critter to proliferate in southeast towns. The team tested the species' resilience by simulating prey sounds with tuning forks by the side of the road, discovering that the Juro was unaffected by traffic and other urban factors.
If that ain't enough to worry about, and this is also snake season, Joey. This is also termite season, Joey. This is also roach season, Joey.
It is. And they say, thankfully, if Juro spiders become a nuisance around doorways, porches, or patios, they can be removed the same way as any other spider using a broom or an aerosol insecticide spray, or you could call Pest Pro Services.
Thank you.
Actually get the pros out there.
Yes.
You don't want to be playing. We got this invasive species, spiders that can fly through the air.
You don't need this. You don't need this in your life.
Get Pest Pro on the job. They can take care of it for you. Give you that peace of mind that the Juro spider ain't hunting you. And of course, at Pest Pro, yes, cockroaches, termites, so many other things. Wasp, in my case, in particular. Mosquitoes as well.
Mosquitoes.
So you'll call up Pest Pro Services today at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services. I'm freaking out over here.
I so want to plant one on you now.
Last Friday it was snakes. Now it's spiders. Remember we were doing the snake thing.
Be sure to tell Pest Pro that Joey, Eddie, and Troy's in here.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Final moments of the program here. Hey, this part of the program brought to you by Prattville Carpet.
Yes, sir.
And there at Prattville Carpet, I think Ray's busy today.
Lays a rug somewhere.
Indeed. Just laying some rugs.
What the man does, he lays rugs.
Yeah,
That's what he does.
but more than just that.
That's right.
Like ceramic tile.
He'll do tile.
Traditional hardwood.
Yep.
Don't forget about the epoxy
Yeah,
floors.
like the
The
epoxy.
heated floors.
And maybe just want to do a tasteful new backsplash in the kitchen.
Well, also, he's done, even for us, he's done some total rebuilds on showers. Did that beautiful tile work.
They can do it all. So just call them up at 285-8117. They'll come out, do a free in-home measurement, and you pick out the product you want to lay down, and they'll get it done. Just that simple. Again, that number, 285-8117. And be sure to tell Ray and the team that Joey, Eddie, and Troy, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Let's go to Just Me.
All right.
Hey, Just Me.
Just me?
Anybody there? Anybody at all?
I call it dead air.
Oh, man.
Come in now.
Oh,
There we go.
it
There
is.
we go.
I wanted to give it some time.
I said Ray ain't scared of work. He'll lay down beside it and take a nap. I see you.
That's nice.
But, hey, you don't need to worry about them spiders. I was over in the bayou last week. We already got a recipe for them, so just gather them up.
All
We'll
right.
put it online.
Use some cream and butter you throw on top of those things.
But, hey, y'all were talking earlier about grandkids. Eddie was bragging on his grandkids.
Yeah, yeah.
If he can take a minute, let me tell you, it's really two stories. 8-year-old, he turned 9. But several years back, a buddy of mine, he was in law enforcement, and he helped George Jones he got caught, and he kind of made it go away.
Yeah.
All right. So during the end of that show, Rhodey came up to him and handed him a guitar case. So they looked at it. It was a guitar signed by George Jones, but he didn't want to brag on it because obviously he, probably broke the rules, helping.
Might have been.
So he put it under the bed, and some 20-odd years later when he passed away, his wife gave it to me. She said, "It's a guitar. You know, welcome to it." So I opened it. It was a 67 Martin D28.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I told her, I said, that's worth some money. And she looked at me and said, "Well, he don't need it. He's dead." Okay. So now
She's right.
The 9-year-old has picked it up. And he listens to what I listen to because he's always working in the shop. And he likes that Skinner song. What it starts, I used to wake the morning, Curtis Lowe.
Curtis Lowe.
Curtis Lowe. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the first verse, it says, "Used to wake the morning before the rooster crowed, searching for soda bottles to make myself some dough."
Right.
And he quit playing, and he looked at me. He said, "What is that?" I said, well, they referred to dough as money. He said, soda bottles? How do you make money on soda bottles? So I went on to explain to him that they used to put a nickel a piece bounty on them. And he just looked at me like a quizzing dog, turned his head sideways, and said, well, that was stupid. Went back to pick the bitch up.
That's great.
I love it. The generation.
Yes.
Hey, you know you get old, Joey. You probably don't even remember that.
Did you ever get soda bottles?
No, I didn't do that, but I know that song pretty well,
Yeah.
so it always made sense to me.
We did the soda bottle thing for a while. Never made a lot of money.
He's liking that Zach Bryan. His favorite is Charlie Daniels.
Charlie
Devil Went Down to Georgia.
That's still a great song.
Mm.
Still a great
His
song.
mama gets mad at him if he sings the whole song.
Of course.
Well, just me. Great to hear you.
Hey, appreciate it. Love that.
Talk about some happy stuff. Leave them damn legislators alone, because y'all expect too much out of them.
Amen, sir. God bless. Yeah, no. And as we said, thank God for a beautiful day.
Yes, it was
whether you're
gorgeous.
feeling up, whether you're feeling down, thank Him anyway.
Yep, that's right.
And we learn anything?
Afro Man is won his case. That's the
Lemon
pound cake. That's
I
right.
did write down your quote from earlier. Even stoners buy houses.
That's a good
You
one.
wrote that down. Or you said that. I'm going to put it on a T-shirt.
Even stoners
Even
buy houses?
stoners
And there was
buy
no
houses.
ass-kicking violence in my other.
Well,
that's
then
the
you
second
snuck one
writing.
in. You
Second
snuck
one.
one in.
No, but
You
I'm
can't
saying my
go without
second
saying
writing.
it.
Second writing, I did not put
And
any
on the
cave-
day that Chuck Norris died.
Well, he's an ass-kicking violence.
I know that. You should have brought it up today.
I should have.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper is never going to be the
He's
same.
got- he's
He got his
bruised and
bony butt whooped.
Bruised and battered.
Whooped pretty good. Anyway, you'll stay tuned. Happy Hour with Greg. And I believe Terry Adams there next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.